Making my way through the darkness, a million eyes on me. I don't care, I don't care. Making my way through the spewing, sticking it out just to see. I don't care, I don't care. The moment's come now, so take it. To fight for what I believe, 'cause I can, yeah I can.
So last time, with a bit of reluctance, the party finally entered the Fade and began their search for Hawk. However, as they drew closer to the Black City, they encountered their first demon. After taunting some of the party members with visions of those they had lost, the demon transformed into its true nightmare form and attacked the party, showing no mercy. One by one, the party fell, one last memory of times long gone flooding their minds. And just before everything went black, they could hear the demon screeching out in pain, followed by the sound of muffled voices as they drifted into unconsciousness.
Can I just say that I don't like that you phrased it as their first demon?
Yeah, right.
It is what I meant.
That doesn't make it better, Callie.
I'm a little scared.
So, slowly waking, you find yourselves in a small encampment hidden away in the Black Mountains. The blue-green flames of the campfire cast an eerie glow over your faces, and you see that each of you has a bedroll that you're laying on. 2 tents are set up just a short ways away, and as you continue to glance around the camp, you see an elven man stoking the fire across from you all. Long red hair cascades down his back, half of it pulled up in a bun to keep it out of his face. His tan skin is dotted with freckles, and he wears a gray hooded tunic over black leggings.
Daddy?
As you come more to your body and become fully aware of your surroundings, you realize that Lila, Asera, and Diani are all still unconscious, and Ashara isn't with the rest of you.
Sus.
The elven man hardly even glances up at the 3 of you. And he just says, "Good, you're awake."
Okay, Skyrim.
Clay is going to shoot up and look at the rest of the party and check that they're all there. He's going to notice that Ashara is not there, but he's mostly checking to see that everyone seems to be okay, that he can see.
Does anyone look dead? All the sleeping people are breathing.
They are all breathing. They look very comfortable. Maybe slightly distressed, but comfortable.
Valid.
After
Mood.
everything that just happened. He's gonna pat on his chest where he received that giant slash from the fear demon. He's going to like touch his back where the fire would have burnt him. And then is our stuff nearby?
You all have your stuff still.
He's gonna scramble to his bag and grab out a notebook and paper, or a notebook and pen, and just start writing. He's just gonna start writing stuff down. Boy experienced death for the first time. He's got some shit to get.
It's got a journal.
Dear diary.
Dear diary. I died today.
Diary. This is what it feels like when a fear demon carves your chest open.
Gross. Good thing Nick can't read. Nice. I guess. Ayo, guy over there. So,
It says, "Ayo,
Yo.
ayo,
over there,
you.
you." He's just matching vibes, man.
Oh my god, we're gonna be best friends already. I can sense this.
I
Anyway.
hope so.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? You tell me, you're the living people entering the Fade.
Listen,
We're still in the fade,
do
right?
do I still have the necklace? Because I
So
wasn't here for that part.
you opened it. We never really like described what happened to the necklace afterwards. I would assume you still have it. It's just empty. The vial is empty.
You want an empty necklace as a token of friendship?
Takes it.
Sick.
Looks
All
at it.
right.
Oh, that's who you are. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally me. What is me?
This is from Silas, is it not?
Is that the bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
The bowl thing, I never understood it.
I really like buy a bowl. It doesn't make.
I don't know. She's
Oh, wait.
sister.
Nick's
And you
gonna
know
fall
her?
in love with this person.
Personally?
Yeah. Clay
You know
wants to
her?
know. Do you know her?
She's essentially my sister. Not quite, not really, but basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So nobody
like,
here would know who he is, though.
You have met my brother, though. I'm sure you can see the family resemblance.
is this the twin of the one?
Dirt
Yeah.
man.
Dirt man? Are you, does this mean you're clean man? Dust man, maybe?
First of all, I'm never letting him live that down. My name is Falon'din.
More
Wanna
like
spell that?
Paladin.
Want to spell that for me, homie?
Can't spell.
The letters aren't going to mean anything to Nick.
That was me asking that. He's my best friend now. I have to know how to say his name.
It's FALON'_DIN.
I probably get that right once. Anyway,
Fine. Yes.
so were you the one that we heard, kicking the demon's ass back there? Or ours? Because I'm
No.
British.
Yes, because you're British.
Elvhen.
Yes, with my assistant, the two of us. He's tending to your friend at the moment.
That's where Ashara is.
Is she?
Is she
How is-
okay?
Oh, she's fine.
Oh, okay. Is it
Cool.
just
Cool.
special
Yes.
treatment? Did they have a connection or something when she woke up and there was just sparks or something?
Something like that.
Oh my god.
Here in Ellie's eyes.
Nick's not gonna let Ashara down. She's gonna go in there like, so the spark, huh? Anyway,
Sparks were just flying
it's like,
from our fingertips because we're mages.
oh.
And apparently
could-
she is too, which was
Yeah.
quite a surprise to find out.
Yeah, you
Nope.
know she's not.
Yeah.
Oh wait, y'all already know that?
That's a
Look
good.
at that. Falon'din just like spreading all of my secrets.
No, I don't. No, no. I look over at Clay and Branwen. I'm like, she's not. He's crazy.
I mean, I gave her those explosive arrows that one time, but she's used the explosion tactic way more times than
No.
arrows
Trust
I've
me.
given her.
Trust me, it's magic. I have
Hey,
ages of experience.
Hi. I just put my
Hi.
hands over. I'm like, hey, friend. All right.
Fine.
Anyway, back to what the fuck that was.
Can we go back to what the fuck that was? He's just
You know-
very confused.
It's okay. Humans, that we're just all confusing. Like I had to explain what pinky promise was like 2 times in the span of 2 days.
People don't know what pinky promises are anymore.
Apparently.
The ancient
Anyway.
elves giving each other pinky promises.
That's why they all really hate Solas.
Okay, so anyway, so like did we die with something? What happened?
It's complicated.
What's not complicated in my, in my entire existence? Why can't anything just be simple?
Well, first of all, you decide to enter the Fade.
Listen, I wanted to just
We-
walk straight on in, but no, I had to be tied down. Can you believe that? Don't I look trustworthy? You think I could handle it in here? I was the last one to die.
This is true. You did hold your own. For a
I
bit.
turn around at Bronwyn and Clay, and I'm like,
This isn't Bronwyn saying this. This is me. She was the last one to die because she was cowering in a corner. So
hey, maybe that's what we were supposed. I stayed alive, didn't I?
Strategy.
Demon trauma.
We were told to enter the Fade, though.
Who?
No one listens to me. It's because
Who
I
is
can't
telling
read.
you to enter the Fade?
Who?
Boyle, do you? I fucking wish. I wish I could tell you.
Bronwyn, when I met you that one time, in whatever city it was, I cannot remember the city, but when I met you that one time, did I tell you to go into the Fade? Because I clearly do not remember telling you to go into the Fade.
Up until this point, Bronwyn has just been like she's like really confused look on her face. Basically hasn't said anything except for to ask if Ashara is okay. Trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. And he says this, and she realizes, she's like, oh, it's this bitch. And then she looks at him and she goes, no, as I remember, you didn't tell me anything.
Ooh.
Exactly.
That's just-
By omission, you should know better than to enter the Fade. You're a dwarf. You don't even dream. Or do you? Because you're part elf.
She glances to the side
He looks
randomly
up
as if she didn't just have one of her first dreams in her life.
Science is weird.
Science.
Genetics. He pokes at
Clay
the
is
fire.
still writing in the background. He looks up at the since you're half elf, and he's like, writes more.
Did he not realize?
I think he knew, but I think he
It's the first time
didn't
it's
hear it
said out loud.
said out loud, and he probably like was thinking it, but like that was the connection point.
He kind of like moves and sits cross-legged and just, so tell me all about what it was like to die.
You're
Wait,
talking to
this
just Bronwyn or all
Who is
of
he
us?
sitting in front of? Me?
He's across from all of you. Like you're all on the one side of the fire, and then the sleeping people are kind of like curled around
Oh,
the
okay.
fire, and he's sitting across.
So he's not like directly in front of us. He's
No,
like
there's
a
a
little
fire.
bit away. Okay.
He's just tell me.
I was
all
gonna
about
punch him in the face, but I guess I can't do
We
that.
probably
expected
expected
that.
that.
Well, I've almost had an anxiety attack yet again.
Valid.
And then, it was like nothing. And then I woke up on a bedroll, and then you were just vibing here. And then
I am always just vibing.
I like you a lot.
I like you a lot.
Oh my God.
Silas made a very good choice.
Oh my God. Stop.
Clay has got his book and his pen, and he's like, I've waited years to talk about my theories.
Can't wait. So, Braun, what was it like for you to die?
She's quiet again, just sitting there, arms crossed, forehead like wrinkled up, just like really, just like a child pouting. Does
I'm
not
guessing
answer.
unpleasant.
Does not answer.
Clay, death?
Yeah, so it was crazy. Like I could feel the way that the fire scorched my skin, which I almost didn't expect because I died so quickly afterwards. But there was so much pain involved with it that I almost feel like half of the blackout period was specifically just from pain. And then like after that, it was insane. I had this vision where, okay, Callie, where are the visions somewhere? I can't remember what he saw.
They're
posted
in story notes.
Got it. Like,
I
really
love Clay so much. Oh my god.
Bronwyn
Best
is
little
just like,
brother ever.
she is staring at him like, what is happening?
I had this
exciting for
like
him.
vision. It was insane. It was almost like a
Vision is
dream, which
exciting.
I thought that we were in the Fade, we wouldn't have dreams, but it was like a dream. It was almost more like a memory. And it was this memory
What did you
of
say when you die, your entire life flashes before your eyes?
it wasn't my entire life. It was one very specific point. And he quiets down at that. Huh?
Care to share?
What was it? I want to know too.
What was yours?
Hey, we 2 against 1.
Reverse
2
Uno.
against
Two
1.
against one.
You have to, that's how math works, I'm pretty sure.
She would know better than I would.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's not saying a lot, my friend, but
That's
yes.
bad.
I think you underestimate my calculating abilities.
Me too, bestie, me too. Oh God.
Clay kind of quiets down his enthusiasm and his scientific joy that he was feeling. It kind of dulls a lot, and he's like, it was a very regrettable memory.
Me too, bestie.
Hey yo!
High five.
Yeah. It was a very regrettable moment in my life.
Is it something that you would change if you had the opportunity to go back?
Oof. Yeah.
No.
No. He takes out his own journal and starts jotting down some notes.
You can write?
The vibe
Yes,
matching right
I cannot
now.
do math, but I can write.
I can't do either. We're gonna have a team up session. You want to teach me how to write? I'm gonna
And you can
talk
teach me
about math. Totally. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, Clay, go on.
Yeah, I think that I hurt someone.
So he holds his pencil like this.
Love him so much.
Oh.
This is fucking dork. This
Yeah,
is
the
elven
dwarves
god that
really
we're
are,
talking to, and we're just chatting like pals.
My
He's
best
been
friend.
isolated for a very long time.
He's a god that writes like this.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy.
I love him so much. I would die for him.
You just might.
Yes.
Oh,
my
Just
dream.
did so
Branwen is just like, is this the same man? This is the same man.
same guy.
Okay, while this is happening, we're gonna go to Ashara.
Yes.
Because I don't want to do
Yes,
any plot
please.
stuff without Ashara.
Oh, true. Have fun with your spark, Ashara.
So, Ashara, when you awake, you find yourself lying on a bedroll in one of the tents.
Okay.
A young elven man about your age sits next to you with a small smile on his face. Red ink flows across his cheeks with the markings of Falon'din, just kind of accenting the little scar on his lip. And he looks at you and says, well, it's about time you woke up, Kit.
She is just going to I don't think did he have Valislin when he left? I don't think he did, no, but the scar on his lip, and when he calls her Kit, she is just going to throw her arms around him and just hug him.
He falls backwards, just yeah, missed you too, pat.
I have been looking for you since the day you left.
Can't say I'm surprised. He kind of pushes you up just a little bit so that he can sit up again.
Yeah.
But he still keeps an arm around you.
How?
It was an accident. Not my fault. I didn't do it.
Did she just very flat
I still don't understand it. Like, it shouldn't have worked, but it did. And now I'm here. And I have been, and now I'm like the assistant of one of the gods.
Funny story.
Oh,
Me too. Ish.
nice.
She's just staring at him. She just so this isn't like a dream. You're not like you're real and you're alive, and I'm not like dreaming this, right?
I mean, you can punch me if you want.
She'll
Do
like
it.
very
Do it.
lightly punch you on the shoulder.
How?
This time she'll like actually kind of like playfully push you a little bit more. Like she knows you're being sarcastic.
Why are you working for a god?
Oh, well, it's kind of vague and yet complicated at the same time.
As most things are. What's this thing? And he points to your Inquisition pin and just kind of pokes it.
Oh, yeah, you've been in here for a while. You missed a lot. Couple years after you vanished, which was incredibly traumatizing and horrible, and
Yeah.
I never lost faith that you were alive. But Darkspawn Magister destroyed a lot.
Does this have anything to do with that giant nightmare demon thing we found dead?
She just starts laughing. She goes, "That son of a bitch did it." Oh my god. That's part of it, yes.
Okay. I mean, that fed us for weeks, so I think we still have some jerky somewhere if you want some.
On the other hand, it's not the strangest thing I would have possibly eaten, so
I mean,
maybe.
what else are you gonna eat? It's the fade.
Yeah, this is
You get used to it once you get past the
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. If I don't know, I won't be alarmed.
See, I do know, and I am alarmed, and I still eat it.
Well, fair. Corypheus tried to open the Fade, get into the Fade. There's all these rifts. Do you remember Alana?
Who's
The Inquisitor. Is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it wrong.
Sorry. Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she like? She was only like a couple years older than us, right?
Yeah, something like that. But she's the Inquisitor now, and like the head of a big organization, and like a big power in the world now. Because
her.
she got involved, and then like
oh no. Did she make a
I
poor
don't-
decision? She had that tendency.
wait, what was that?
Did she make another poor life decision? She has that tendency, especially when it comes to men.
Well, yeah, you know, the thing is she kind of fell in love with Fen'Harel.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and like she also doesn't have one hand anymore. Like that's a whole
Her
thing.
hand?
I mean, like she had this anchor mark because I don't know how much Ashara would have known about the sphere, about the orb, but yeah, she had like she could control the rifts in the Fade, and apparently that had something to do with him, and it was killing her, and so they had to cut her arm off, and like, but yeah, so real bad life decisions with men, but you know, she's like the leader of a big organization now, and I kind of work for her.
Okay.
There's a lot. that you
Dalish
miss.
people in power. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and kind of frightening at times. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're mage now.
And she just kind of like, EXE, stop working. She just freezes. She's like,
Kind of a late bloomer, aren't you?
This time she actually punches him in the shoulder.
Ow! And he kind of shoves her back, but not very hard.
I have no idea what is happening with that, and that's terrifying. Yeah. Kind of cool that I can make my arrows light on fire, but terrifying.
Have you practiced at all, or was that just, hey, there's fire?
That was me just going, please let this work.
Well, that was a pretty good first attempt then.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what to do about that.
Well, this is a good place to figure it out. As long as your magic doesn't go haywire. Took me a bit to harness that.
That doesn't inspire confidence.
I didn't expect it to. As you are sitting and talking, he just kind of reaches out and he grabs the cord.
Oh,
cord you're
her
wearing,
pendant, yeah.
and kind of pulls it up out of her shirt, and he's like, held up well.
Never taken it off.
As you should.
Have you never tried to get out?
Oh, we tried. Believe me, he was very distraught. But yeah, we live with it. You know.
How'd you wind up with like there's a lot of hows that I want to know so much.
Maybe it's better if he explains it, because I don't fully understand it. I've never been able to. He might have a better idea. He doesn't talk about it much.
About how you got here or about how he got here?
Both.
Hmm.
All I know is he was stuck somewhere for a while. And I was the first person he tried to help. And it backfired.
How? Wait, backfired?
Yeah. He was trying to find a dead soul, and he found mine instead. That's about as much as I know.
Well, I'm glad he found you. I'm glad you're safe.
No, he pulled me through.
Wait, he pulled you into here?
He pulled me into here.
And you just see Ashara's face change. She's like, I'm gonna punch him.
Please don't punch him.
I'm gonna punch him.
He's a cool guy.
I'm gonna punch him.
Don't punch the god. Please. Please don't punch God.
Only because you asked so nicely.
Thank you.
She leans into him a little bit and she's just like, I really missed you.
I missed you too. How are the twins?
Growing like weeds. It's been a while since I've seen them, but causing trouble. Well, yeah. Growing like weeds.
Well, hopefully you'll get to go home soon.
The clan is going to go berserk.
Why?
It's been almost 7 years, roughly 7 years since you vanished. Everyone's pretty much figured you for dead.
I mean, aren't I basically at this point?
Better not be.
I mean, Fade's a weird place. I don't even know if I can die here. If anyone can die here. I mean, you guys are still alive.
We're not. Yeah, that was horrifying, and would prefer not to try that again. But I'm not.
Well,
leaving
this
you
close to the
behind.
Black City, it's not going to get any easier.
I hate that you're a realist. I've always hated that about you.
I mean, one of us has got to be. You've always got your head in clouds, so. He nudges you with his elbow and gets up to his feet and says, "Bet your friends are worried about you."
Yeah, probably if they're awake.
No, they're awake.
Oh,
One of them was vibing with him. Something about
she's
math.
thinking to herself, she's like, it's either Clay or Nick.
That means nothing to me.
You'll meet them. They're very interesting people.
I'm sure they have to be friends with you.
He will get up and just like playfully shove him and then storm out of the tent.
He's just kind of laughing as he follows after you. So the rest of you, Fallon is just like jotting furiously in his book, fisting a pencil.
I love him so much.
He
And
looks at Falon'din and she's just like,
as he's drawing, like writing down notes like this, not even paying attention, but they come out of the tent. You
Nick
see
goes,
Ashan, and he's just like laughing as he follows after Ashara. And when you come out, you see that Diani, Lila, and Asera are still unconscious.
okay.
So Ashara, how was that little spark you have going on over there?
Yes, Ashara, tell us.
She freezes like a rabbit and just goes like bright red and is like, what?
Oh, we all saw it.
Yeah, we did, baby.
And Ashan's just like,
She looks at him like,
I lean over to the god. You know, I'm a bit of a love doctor myself.
oh, I do.
The biggest
am.
lie I have ever heard in my life.
Uh-huh.
if
I'm
I
like,
do I hear
I
that?
see
Do
it.
I hear that though? Because if I hear that, I'm
Probably.
just gonna go, huh?
Nick's not trying to hide it.
Ashara is just going to look at Nick and like daggers, just glaring daggers at you.
You can't
call
stab
it
me with your
here.
daggers. I've already died today.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better, Ashara.
It's good to see you guys awake.
Yeah.
And I just look at Falon'din and I'm just like, you're one of the gods.
Yes. Falon'din, nice to meet you.
I just look at Ashan like, really? Really, this guy?
I told you he was a pretty chill guy.
There's a lot.
We
I
were
would
just
like-
describing our deaths for him.
It was
We were describing
fascinating. Tell me
Clay's
about
death.
yours.
Yeah,
Clay's-
Shara, about your death. Avoid mine as much as possible.
Your limbs go numb.
Honestly, it happened pretty quick, so I don't remember much other than before I went under, I guess, as it were, I found myself back in my home forest. putzing around with this guy. I point over to Ashan. Although he didn't have the Valislin back then.
Well, he's a man now. Isn't that like something the Dalish do now?
Yeah, is it not
You
something
have
the
some.
Dalish did before?
Oh, no, we did. Just not at it was at all ages before.
Sus.
He goes back to jotting down notes. And Ashan just kind of nudges you and goes to sit down next to him.
She'll sit down next to him. And she's just gonna look at Nick. So Nick, what did you see? Since you're prying so much, it's my turn.
I saw me playing with the kids back at the orphanage.
Insight. Oh, that's like.
Oh, that's not even the right one. That was. Here we go. So
I
that
got
would be a dirty 20, but I also get advantage. So let me try again.
19.
A dirty 20.
Yeah, she just squeaks. Wait, maybe. I'm pretty sure she just squeaks by me. Let me pull up my sheet real quick. Why are you loading so slow?
Because it knows that I'm right.
Probably. Inside. Oh, no, that's the 21.
No!
Oh,
I have a +5 to insight.
Boo.
So yeah, you know that she's lying.
Just by a little bit.
It was a convincing lie, but still lying.
I'll be like, Ashara's just gonna look at you and be like, and
Helga was there too.
And
we were playing and it was just a nice memory, and then it all faded out, and then it was nothingness, and then like I said, woke up on this mat, started vibing with the sky, and now we're best friends.
We sure are best friends.
Oh
What's
yeah.
your name?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, my name's Nick. You can
Nice
call
to
me
meet you.
Nick.
I will
Thanks.
call you Nick. You can call me Ashan. What is it that you called me on occasion? And Ashan's just like, I thought you hated that. Oh yeah, I did hate that one.
How did you hear me?
You can call me Falon.
Falon?
I'm gonna
Like, how about Jimmy?
I whisper to Ashan, I'm like, what did you call him?
I called him Din Din.
She
hear that? Can Nick hear?
starts cackling like very softly, but she's just laughing.
That is the cutest name.
Bronwyn is just rubbing her temples at this point, like staring at the ground, like.
Din Din?
Will Dindin let me sit by him?
Mhm.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go vibe with Jimmy. Let's go.
His name is no Jimmy.
Let's go, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my god, Solas was right.
Wait, about what part?
Ashara doesn't say that. I'm just saying
By
that.
killing all the humans? You know what? Maybe he was right. Nick's reached the point.
Yeah, I mean, he might have had a valid point with that one too.
Oh god.
Ashara will stop laughing about Din Din. I will not, but and then she'll clear her throat a little bit and be like, you haven't seen anyone else in the Fade that's alive like we are, have you?
Me?
Either of
Is
you?
that- I don't think. No, I think Ashan was my only major fuck up.
Yeah, about that.
I said I'm sorry, all right?
Okay, no, but like explain what happened, because I'm still trying to figure out how 7 years ago I lost my best friend and he's here now.
Well, 7 years ago is when I was first released from the confines in which Fen'Harel had placed me.
Who released you?
Gillian. She was the first one to be released during. It's actually what triggered that blight.
I'm sorry, what?
She broke out of her confines and triggered a blight.
Which blight?
The last one. 10 years ago.
The Elven god triggered a blight.
By breaking out of a cell. It broke the deep roads. And oh look, there's a blight.
Whispering to herself. She's just like aggressively whispering to herself under her breath.
Clay's gonna put his arm around her shoulders.
Okay, so Gillian broke you out 7 or 10 years ago, 7, whatever. She broke you out.
Yes. And I was like, oh, let's go back to the Fade, get back to my old job. You know, guiding souls to the afterlife, as one does.
You're really good at it.
Thank you.
I got you, my friend.
I take pride in my work.
As you should.
And I felt a soul that I thought was in distress and needed a guide. So I reached on through, and what do you know? Next thing, I'm hooking arms with a living teenage boy.
But you know, sometimes they have lost souls too.
And this guy is the most emo motherfucker that I have ever met.
I could sense that's the vibe that Charlie is attracted to. It's the emo vibe. Right, Ashara?
Nick, I will kill you.
I've already died today. You won't scare me.
Actually, you died 3 days ago.
Oh, I died 3 days ago. You don't scare me.
Sitting here for 3 days?
Yes, you had to recover. Do you
Really
think
quickly,
I was going to let you wake up without healing from your mortal wounds?
really quickly, do we have scars? Do we have
like
marks?
Where was I hit?
Did we burn?
Did we burn?
I think I died from fire.
Yeah, we died from fire.
I just died.
You died from death touch. You died from stinky finger.
Yeah, I did too. I died from death touch. So
you don't have any scars. None of you.
Not new scars.
Not new scars. Actually, find that half of your old scars have even healed over.
But I don't know how I know that. She looks at my back.
I just look at Ashan and I'm just like, are you sure I can't punch him?
Please don't punch the god.
Did you at least try to punch him?
I already did punch him. It did not end well.
Oof.
He has a much higher strength modifier than I do.
So Nick can punch him and win.
I mean, you can try.
No, we're best friends.
So you pulled him into the Fade, and then you expected him to not be upset about it?
It wasn't on purpose. And I tried sending him back. Yes.
Did Nick lose all her tattoos?
No.
Okay.
That's the one thing Clay's worried about.
No, that's what I'm
Nick's
thinking
not
about.
Sexy anymore, all of her tattoos
I'm thinking
are
about
gone.
the scars that we lost.
Those are the one thing that you thought of.
Well, I'm thinking of different types of scarring.
Sure. You just don't want her to not be sexy anymore.
Hey, listen, I mean, she can get new tattoos. She was sexy all along. Ha! No comeback to that.
I mean, she was. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. She was hot.
She's hot.
So, what about when the rifts started appearing? Try to.
Just because they're open on one side doesn't mean I'm able to find them here. Like, you know how many of those there were and how spread out they were? Like, the fate is much bigger than you think it is.
It's like the TARDIS.
Well,
Can we see the Black Castle from here? Can we see the Black Castle from here?
Black City.
Black City?
And,
My bad.
Um,
I'm thinking about White Castle, I think.
White Castle. They make burgers in the face.
you're like in a valley, so you can't quite see it, but
Got it.
Ashan said you're close to it.
I did not hear that.
Well,
But-
Sorry,
well,
Ellie, continue.
Ashara knows that they're close. You just don't know how close.
You better not be close. Can I feel the blight?
No.
Okay.
I was smiling after she said that.
Yeah, I know the DM smile is always.
Yeah, I'm a little sus of that.
should
The
please
Black
look up-
City was blighted, Callie.
I know
Okay.
they have other
Other-
plans.
Another human came in here. That's why I asked. Living. I mean, to be fair, the Inquisitor.
Oh, the one that killed the nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
a good demon.
The one that killed.
No, I'm not hungry, actually.
Really? 3 days of sleep and you're not hungry.
What did
Were we just
Like,
offered
our,
food?
our packs are around here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Were we just
I'm
offered
going
food?
to I'm going to reach into my pack and like dig out and like find some rations. And
You find like stale, like the stale like survival bread that's like a giant cracker.
it's better than demons.
You don't know it's Demon Clay.
Right? I'm,
Don't
like,
nod your head.
nibbling on that before I even try demon.
Listen, you don't turn down food, Ashara. I'll gladly take a bite of whatever you cooked, my friend.
And he just happily like grabs this big like jar of jerky sticks and hands it over, and like a couple of them have eyeballs that are just dried on them.
Oh shit.
Nightmare jerky?
Why not? Nick eats it.
You eat it and it's like it tastes like ash and decay, but it's also got like a nice like smokiness to it that makes it like more tolerable.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
What's the nightmare? Is that a lore thing or is that what just killed us?
The nightmare is a fear.
You remember in the game when you have to pick who's staying behind in the fade,
Yeah.
and there's that giant eyeball spider
Spider
thing.
thing.
Got it.
Red. Oh hell.
So Hawk killed that fucking thing?
Mhm.
Of course Hawk did.
Is he
I
still
have
around?
doubt.
I haven't seen him.
Because I mean, technically, that's why we came. Well, that's why I came.
You didn't come for your boyfriend?
Well, I didn't know my. And then she stopped.
And Ashan just kind of like sits up straight, his face like goes bright red. Like it gets hard to see his Valisline because his Valisline's red.
I didn't know that Ishan was here.
You didn't
I
do
didn't know
it.
What?
Falon'din says you didn't deny it. And then he gets to Ashan, I told you.
And
Ashan's
she
like,
looks at Ishan, and then she looks at
Palming.
him like,
Ashan's just face palming.
did he talk about me?
He wouldn't shut up about you.
No.
She's like, even though she's beat red, she looks at him.
And he's just, what a lovely sky we have today. It's green.
Just like your girlfriend's eyes.
I mean,
He's not denying it.
I'm not answering. No. I'm not gonna fall.
Ashara just like puts her like this. She's just like, oh my god, how am I supposed to? Okay.
You got 2 nicks right now. I can't.
I can't handle it. This is horrible, and yet at the same time, it's amazing. Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
The Inquisitor.
He's got like a mouthful of demon jerky that's just like all eyeballs. Yes. Jerky? To Clay.
I hand one to Bronwyn.
I mean,
Has a very it has a very smoky aftertaste. Tastes
That is, very sweet. I don't like the smoke flavoring. I know I'm very picky for not having many other options.
Luckily for you, I've also got some pride jerky.
Oh my. This dude.
Is it gay?
I mean, he might have been. I didn't stop to ask.
Pride jerky? What's it taste like?
One of our gods. Oh my god.
It's a little fruity.
Is it?
It's got a bit of. It is a little fruity with a bit of zing to it.
Almost like a teriyaki flavor.
Yes, but not quite.
Yes, but not quite.
It's got a real. It like zaps you. It's like a surprise shock in your mouth, like Pop Rocks.
That's kind of fun.
Have you never had Pop Rocks?
I don't know.
Nick, do you want to try that?
Hey, why don't we meet in the middle, baby? Bite in. No, totally. I'll try. I'm gonna bite it.
You take a bite of the pride jerky, and it's like, it literally like shocks your mouth.
Ooh.
And
Let's
it, like,
sneak
hurts
into it. Let's.
just
I
a
rolled-
little bit. You can't taste anything else because you're just like kind of numb. So you're like, ugh. Like,
It makes me feel like it made my tongue feel like I feel on the inside, Clay. Try it.
Can you talk with your tongue numb? Are your tongue numb?
I mean, I'm pretty talented with my tongue.
I also have some Pop Rocks. That's what I call them. And he pulls out a bag that's just of glowing pebbles. Like, you can't swallow them because they're actual rocks.
Bronwyn is perfect for you.
no.
But they taste very good. They've got a little, they like literally, they pop in your mouth. Hence why they're called Pop Rocks.
I'm sorry. She says, Bronwyn, it's perfect for you, and she gets the death glare back.
So I can't see over the fire, Bronwyn. What are you doing?
Shara just looks at Ashan and she's like, has he been like this the whole time? She's like whispering, like, is it really? This is our god. This is the god of like death and
If you worked with dead people all day, you would be this way too. Says the person who works with dead people all day.
I was gonna say, so Callie, you calling yourself out right now?
Gotta have a sense of humor somehow, I guess.
anyways, the man that killed the nightmare demon.
Yes, this bird fellow.
We got rumor that he was still alive, and
I cannot confirm nor deny it. I have not seen him.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
And since he is living, I cannot sense where he is.
Also a shame.
Indeed.
I love him so much.
I know. Me too.
He offers you his pride jerky.
But me?
Yeah.
She just heaves this heavy sigh and
Sean's like, that's the best one.
and she'll take a piece, and she doesn't eat it, but she takes the piece.
I love him. Oh yeah. So he's alive because you can't sense him.
Yes, but
he-
I don't know if any living people have entered the Fade and died.
Is that not what we
Well,
did?
like only the like third time people, like living people, have entered the Fade. So it's like we need more data.
Ashara starts
More
counting. She's like,
concrete
how
hypothesis.
can the Inquisitor?
Us.
That's 2.
Oh,
Sean.
3 was
sure.
And then the other one is ages ago.
the Tevinters.
Is that who they are?
Was it a
don't
lot
know.
of people?
I don't remember. It was a very long time ago. Like 1,000 years ago. I don't remember. I barely remember what happened.
Like a group of people came into the Fade, went hiking up to the Black City.
No, it was gold back then, I think.
Yeah, to Ventures.
Yeah, I'm as Ashara, speaking as Ashara, she's sketchy on human history.
I'll say.
As she
So
should be.
Clay's mind is fucking being blown right now. He's just like, you mean that shit was real? You mean they're telling the truth?
Does he say that out loud?
What?
Does he say that out loud?
He probably says, you mean they were telling the truth?
Bronwyn's
I'll,
gonna look at him and shrug and be like, the blight came from somewhere.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The blight. The first blight was not a fun day for me. He
I
goes-
don't think it was a
like,
fun day for anyone.
He looks off into the distance. Sorry, what? I spaced out. What?
How are you alive?
This guy has been in here for too long.
I'm very good at.
Are you
math.
high? Are you high?
No, but I could be.
Is it crack that you smoke?
No, it's Pop Rocks.
I have. it is. It
He's
is
got the
actually-
good elf fruit.
It is the Pop Rocks.
It's
Like,
from Dollar City. How good can it be?
It's the good push.
I mean, he offers the pouch of Pop Rocks. It's a pretty good high.
So
Getting more convinced
No.
to take the pop rocks.
Nick's gonna try one as Ashara is talking.
You put it in your mouth, and it is like Pop Rocks in your mouth.
Oh hell.
He's
But
like,
a real rock.
Swallow it. You will choke, and it
Don't
will
swallow.
continue to pop all the way down.
Not the first time someone's told me not to do.
And it's not immediate, but as it starts to like sit and I guess ferment in your mouth, it's kind of like shrooms.
God, this is gonna. What kind of high would Nick?
They're also like high.
Oh God, something Nick does not need to be.
And you're in the Fade on top of that.
This is not going to be a good trip, babe.
No.
Nick's just gonna get real quiet and just fucking sit there now.
You took a small one, right? How much did you take?
Nick?
What did you do to her?
Nick?
I'm gonna punch him.
I want some more of the. I want some more of the zappy one.
No. Oh, I can give you. And he gives you the entire jar of fried
Fuck yeah. Keep talking about the bird guy.
And as they start conversing again, you kind of see like these little like sprite figures that are just kind of like dancing in the fire.
Last time I looked in a fire this long, it was because my entire house was on fire. Now I look in and I see joy.
The first time Nick has ever felt joy. Pop rocks.
Pop rocks.
Anyway, yeah, Nick's watching the fire now. Keep going.
Just eating the jerky, watching the fire.
The way that I'm tempted to ask her about her death vision again.
Do it. Do it.
Nick, what did you see when we died earlier?
Can I roll to see if I would still be cognitive enough to say it, or am I going to go off on a different tangent?
Roll Constitution, and if you get 11 or higher, you are coherent enough.
Okay.
Actually, because you're adding a modifier, it will make it 15 or higher. I don't know what your Constitution is.
Okay.
Did you roll an 11?
Okay, Clay. Hey, Clay. Hey, Clay. Hey, Clay.
Hey, Clay.
Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm British. I lost my accent. That's how high I am. Clay. Hey, Clay.
Clay leans in.
Over the fire, Clay. That's a little bit spicy.
Are you that far away from me?
I moved. I came by.
Yeah, if Clay went to Bronwyn and Nick went to Falon'din, they would be
You're
on
right,
opposite
yeah.
sides.
Clay scoots around the edge of the fire and leans in.
I just grab his shirt and pull him like, listen. So remember when you were asking me about the necklace ring of necklace that I have?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So listen.
It's your hand on the side of his face.
Clay, listen. So you know Nathan?
I do remember Nathan, yeah.
So hear me the fuck out. So listen. One day after all the kids were gone, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore. Everything's falling apart. Everybody keeps leaving me, and I don't know what to do. He listen. He got down on a knee, and he pulled out this ring, right? And then he was like, hey, I love you so much, and you don't have to say thank you this time, but I love you. And I think, would be good if we got married. And then I didn't say anything. And he said, it's okay. Just think about it. And, well, half that part wasn't part of my dream. I was just adding things on because you know what? I really like you a lot. But we're friends, remember? So don't get any ideas, and she pokes him on the nose. No ideas. Friends.
Yeah, not acquaintances.
No, because you said we weren't acquaintances. You said we were friends, and now friends, we can't do anything fun. So anyway, bye.
Clay, like, she releases Clay's shirt.
The whole time you were doing this, Falon'din's just like watching the whole thing.
Can the rest of us hear all of this? I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It was like trying to be a whisper, but it was
Nick
not.
while she's stoned.
Anyway, pride demon jerky. Who wants some?
I look at Falon'din and I say, I take it back. I'm not gonna punch you. Yeah.
She releases Clay's shirt, and Clay just like slowly like falls back onto his butt and then onto his hands, and he kind of like crab walk scrambles back around the edge of the fire, and he's like, so, and he turns to Ashara and he's like, so that's what I saw, at least.
I just went over to Jimmy. I'm like, did you also see Clay turn into a crab real quick? Or was that just the rocks?
I don't know. Was he a crab when you saw him, or just doing a crab walk?
At this point, I don't even know myself.
And he
You
did
want-
kind of look like a crab.
He gives off a crab vibe,
He
you
does.
know. That's what I'm gonna call him now is crab.
Crustaceous.
Listen,
It's
I'm not a fucking Cancer.
Sean, how have you put up with this for 7 years?
It's the fade. You get used to seeing weird shit.
So, and to Falon'din, she's like, so you were in prison
I was.
and you were let go, and so you chose to come back here to the Fade.
Well, that's what Gillenade asked me to do. You know, because war's coming and someone's got to help guide the dead.
She didn't mention anything about like your brother or like the
Which one?
other. Huh?
Which one?
Dirthaman.
Oh. We both decided it was best if we just kind of let it be.
Because, you know, we
It's a bit much.
freed him from a prison.
Oh, why would you free him?
And at this point, Ashara looks very confused and is just
I
like,
had 7 years of peace.
we were told to free him.
Who told you to free him?
So our quest, and she like
I
like
know about your quest, but why did she have you free him?
I thought we were freeing all of the gods.
Oh no, most of us have been free for quite some time.
Huh?
I mean, they recruited you, did they not? Like how I met up with my pal Branwen here. Like they were actually there. I just didn't realize she had let my brother go.
Oof.
Why are
Ashara
we
just-
not freeing certain
Fade.
people?
You know, I'm very confused right now because like
So why?
I was under the impression that a great many of you were still imprisoned.
Not in prison, just busy working to stop Fen'Harel.
And how do you plan to stop Fen'Harel from
Oh, I
you
don't know. I'm not part of that side of things. I'm just guiding the dead.
who is part of that? Like, I mean,
Everyone else. Just not me. I stay out of this. It's just, I have my place. I have my gig. It's a good job, you know? I enjoy it.
So everybody except for Dirtman was freed?
No, I think
we had to free Elvhen.
he must have been free before you. Did he choose any of you the way that I chose my pal Bronwyn here?
Maybe. For why?
Because that would mean that he was already released.
Who had the mirror?
Delia.
Delia.
No, but I'm this is me asking, not Ashara.
Uh,
The
Oh.
mirror, wasn't the mirror Dirthaman's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was.
Dirtman
Dirtman gave it to Delia.
Yeah. Okay. So no, then yeah, he chose as Ashara, just like he chose one of our friends who is not currently with us anymore. So he had chosen someone,
So he was freed before then.
but
And
the implication was that he was imprisoned for a while.
my brother likes to do things like that. You know.
But he wasn't the only
Secret-
god to do that.
No, I think it's been a while
Dirthaman,
since I've spoken to Gillenade.
Because we freed Elgrenon?
Elvhen, I want to say was the first one we freed.
Oh, Elganon was definitely locked up. We tried multiple times to get to him, and everyone died in the process.
Ew.
You were the only ones that survived. Congrats.
Wacky Wild. Got it. Cool.
So it was
Cool.
Algernon.
Dirtman.
I don't know if Silas was trapped or not.
If she did choose Nick, so if she chose somebody, that means she's probably
No, because Dirthaman, well, see, now I'm all confused, and because Asharavas, was that the name of
Mhm.
said that we were supposed to help free the gods, and that's what we assumed our mission was.
So do you know Asharavas?
Is that what she's going by these days?
Can somebody describe her to this dude? I don't remember what she looks like.
I vaguely, all I remember is white hair.
White hair. I only know one elf with white hair.
Who that be?
If that's the name she's going by these days, then yes, the Asharavas.
And to the name she went by previously?
It depended on the day.
Vibe.
Okay,
She
okay.
likes to-
Some of you were free before, some of you weren't. What are we doing? What were we chosen for?
You're trying to stop Fen'Harel from destroying the world.
Yeah, but see, we weren't actually given any information on how to do that.
Oh, because we don't know how to do that. We were hoping you would
Great.
help us.
Great.
Or at least I did. They don't tell me anything.
Nobody
I mean,
told
they
me
do, but they don't.
Same.
And what do they tell you that is like non-information? Because maybe they don't tell us anything.
Well, I know that you've met Fen'Harel, some of you, right?
Yes.
You know how he is, right?
And she
He's
rolls
very.
her eyes.
I'm Fen'Harel. I'm better than everyone.
He is very stuck up and sure of himself, yes.
And because of that, he thought he could just undo everything that he did in the past and just get away with it. And he can't, obviously. So I know I told you that Gillian broke out of her prison and started the Blight. And she did. With some help from Fen'Harel.
Of course.
He broke her out because he wanted her to join his cause and help him destroy the world. And she said, fuck no. And came to free me so that we could free the others and stop him.
You guys have terrible fucking organization skills. God
So
damn it.
Fen'Harel
Hide.
started the blight. Solas, Fen'Harel started the blight.
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't he responsible for locking you all up? I mean, that's what the daily.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You know, he created the veil to separate you guys, and God, I wish Lila was awake so I could tell her this.
Oh no.
Lila will never know.
There's a reason she's not awake right now. I have not woken her.
Why?
We didn't pick her.
Didn't
You
pick.
Oh.
Why isn't Diani awake?
Why isn't? Thank you.
Because Fen'Harel picked her.
Can you wake her up, please?
I cannot. Last thing I need is for him to find me and ruin the gig I've got going on here.
I mean,
there a way anybody else could wake her up?
No.
Is
Not even-
Fen'Harel gonna, like, are you not supposed to be here? Would Fen'Harel try and...
He would stop me from doing my job. And he would probably try to kill most of you. If not all of you.
He would try to kill what?
Us.
All of you. Except
That's-
maybe you, because you've got the marks. Actually, he'd probably take them away and then kill you.
Why is he taking them away?
I don't... Out of character, I don't know how much Ashara knows about, like, the whole thing, like, with what he told, you know, the Inquisitor, being that there were slave markings and stuff like that.
She probably like heard about it in passing from the Inquisitor, but maybe didn't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think she would
Yeah.
choose to, I think she would choose to believe that that was just a falsehood. I mean, I worked with him,
Oh,
around him.
I'm so
I
sorry.
worked around him for a
I'm
couple of
sorry.
years. And I mean, I don't think, I'm not saying he wouldn't try to kill me, but I don't think he's going to try and take this away.
Oh no, he would. That's what he's doing with all these people. He's taking away their markings.
Why?
Because he can. So that it's like a symbol.
Why does he hate them so much? Why does he hate the Valislan so much? I mean, I know what I've heard, but surely that's not true.
I don't know. It was his idea in the first place to come up with them, and then by the time we all had our ideas, and we're like, yes, and he's like pointing out Eshan's markings. He's like, oh yes, I want a tree here. I think that one was his, right? Falon'din's has like the tree in the middle.
I think
I
so.
think so. He's like, and I like picked out this tree and made this cool design, and then in the end he was like, maybe not.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Dirty 20.
Oh, secrets.
Mm.
Also, out of curiosity, and this is just something that I know as far as lore is concerned, isn't red a very untraditional color for Valislan?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say, he's not the only NPC with red Valislan, or who had Valislan. It just hasn't been really talked about yet.
Yeah.
It's from Diani's backstory.
While you're typing,
I mean, Ashara has clocked about like the red, but as of right now, she's just thinking to herself, okay, maybe it's just because they're in the fade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you work with what you got. But
So
she
what
has
were what were you looking for again?
I was rolling insight about like she asked why Solas would take away the Valislan. She's heard rumors, but surely that's not correct.
Mm-hmm.
okay. While they were talking, I wanted Nick and her high state to go and snoop through the tents, and I rolled a natural 20 plus my stealth would be a 32.
For what?
To go, she wants to go and rummage through the 2 tents that are.
You're just gonna
Here.
sneak off while everyone's grouped around a fire?
Nick's high. She doesn't care.
Okay.
But you can do that later. You can finish typing that. That's just Nick's not here right now. Nobody knows.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I was about to say.
This is getting just more and more confusing.
The goal was to clear up some things.
That's why Nick got bored. She wanted to go adventuring.
Ashara is trying to like, but God, he's so difficult.
I love him.
I love him so much. He is my favorite.
I have been so excited for him.
I absolutely love him, but boy, 7 years. I feel bad for Eshan. Like,
Sean was just vibing. He had pop rocks.
He has pop rocks and
Zap
and
hasn't
jerky.
tried to offer one to me yet. Like,
I will get all of you high by the end of the session.
Oh fuck
not.
yes.
Absolutely not.
You're gonna be the one who takes care of us.
You're gonna be
Make
the
sure we
trip watcher.
Perfect. Well, I mean, to be honest,
She's
you're
gonna walk off by herself if y'all all get up.
like Nick already did that. It's fine. So sneaky.
It's so difficult because already like half of the stuff that's happening I don't understand specifically because I don't know the lore. So like y'all are just saying shit, and Clay is very smart. He should be able to figure this stuff out, but I don't know anything about what's going on.
half of the stuff that we're discussing is like Dalish lore.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know
Okay, so that at least helps.
What I'm losing is the timeline as far as who's been trapped and who's.
So Gillenon was 10 years ago. Fen'Harel freed her to try and recruit her. She said no. She left to free Falon'din, which was 7 years ago. I have the timeline. That's all I've got. I've got notes.
For once.
I think this is actually twice. I will say that.
Or twice.
Or twice.
Twice. Oh.
Got it, Callie.
I want to know the
Honestly, I
tea.
probably could have said that out loud, but whatever.
Nah, it's fine. We like secrets.
No, we don't.
I love
I
them.
think only you like secrets.
I love them.
You like keeping them.
Yeah. But I'm
to
cute. Tell me secrets.
Falon'din, she's just gonna be like, so do you know who is trapped and who is not? Because, and granted, it's been a couple of months and we don't really hear from her much, but if I can remember everything correctly and give me a little bit of, leeway here, it's been a very rough 3 days, apparently.
Yes, you died.
Yes.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. So Ashara of us, well, we were contacted by the gods. We all met up at, oh my god, was it the Temple of Mythology?
Branwen and I were just hanging out in a back alley.
Yeah.
Bro's hanging out in a back alley.
Andrew
He's like,
found me.
across the fire, he's like, hey.
Yeah,
Death
and
flare.
Andrew
Death
found me
flare.
while I was hunting for Eshan. But we all ended up meeting up at what, like the temple? Was it Temple of Mythal?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Temple of Mythal. That's where you like had to go. It was where the Inquisitor meets Flemeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like the altar of Mythal or something.
Yeah, we all met at an altar of Mythal. Asharavas showed up and told us that we were chosen to help stop Fen'Harel and that we had to free the gods in order
We freed one of them.
to do so. We freed 2 of them.
You freed one of them.
And at this point, you visibly see her starting to go, no, but we freed Dirthaman and we freed Elgernon.
Just so Katie and Hills know, first of all, change your names. Second of all, you two are unconscious still.
But
And-
not dead.
Not dead, but
Just
you're
unconscious.
unconscious. And it is on purpose. Like the people who saved you are keeping you that way.
Oh.
We'll catch
They
you up.
also won't wake up
We'll catch you up when
Diani.
you wake up.
They won't wake up the wife.
They won't wake up the wife.
because she's a traitor.
And Clay's fucking pissed about it.
Yeah.
And Ashara's having like a little bit of a breakdown.
Nick's having a great time.
All right. Everything's good then.
All right, cool.
Nick's high.
Nick's high and snuck off so good, nobody's gonna notice.
Bronwyn is on the verge of standing up, walking across a campfire, and slapping a god in the face.
Across
Yeah.
a camp.
As she should.
Across the campfire. She's already burned to death one.
Ashara just leans forward and she's like, "We freed at least 2."
I freed one.
And she's like, I know that you said that you can't count. We freed.
I can't count, but I know my siblings.
Then who did we free?
Elganon.
I
But
think
what
the rest,
happened with Dirthaman? We freed Dirthaman.
the rest were just pretending to be trapped, Ashara.
See, this is why I picked her.
Is
She's
it?
not.
Is
She's not
it?
I am.
Okay, so we free Elgranon. He fucks off, sends us on our merry way
That sounds like him.
to. Who did we do next? Was it Dirthaman or Silas? Silas.
It was Dirtman.
It was Dirtman.
Man.
We went to Dirthaman.
Dirtman.
Dirthaman.
We will now call him to his face.
And we freed him from however he got trapped again.
It was his choice. He is very dramatic.
All right, so he got stuck in his own closet.
He was
Whatever.
he was big into theater back in the day.
Okay, so
His real power was
him.
acting.
and then he fucked off and went on his merry way.
Yes.
Well, first he took the mirror and gave it to Delia.
Oh no, he gave you that fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Well, we already had it. Then he took it and then he gave it back to Delia, and then Delia wouldn't let anyone else look at it. And then she just kind of zones out, kind of looking at Clay, but not actually.
And he just hello, Clay.
Hello,
You have something
Jimmy.
you'd like to tell us.
What's up with the mirror?
I don't know. What's up with the mirror?
I don't know.
Where's up with the mirror?
Where's up with the mirror?
Where's up with the mirror?
Why is the mirror? And
Why
better yet,
is the mirror?
what is the mirror?
I can't believe I'm missing this now.
You can come back.
I mean, I snuck off so good.
I know.
I just slid back in. Yeah, the mirror. Clay has it.
So Clay, tell us about this mirror of yours.
I found it in a marketplace. I don't know what you expect about it. Can you explain what's so crazy about it that's here? We have not been able to diagnose this thing since it's entered
Let's
our
just
lives.
say my brother is a pretentious bastard and an asshole.
Yeah, we'd gotten that far.
Good. I'm glad you got that far.
Seems to run in the family.
Don't talk about Jimmy like this.
I am not pretentious, am I?
No, you're not.
The
mirror,
Listen,
the mirror, the mirror,
listen,
the mirror,
you're not.
the mirror, the
You're
mirror.
not.
She called me pretentious. She was
Hey.
Mirror.
Hey,
Can we
it's all.
concentrate?
I'll put my hands. You got this, Jimmy. You're not pretentious. You've got to tell us about the mirror, Jimmy. We believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. It's been a long few days.
The
I
mirror,
bet.
It's been a long century.
the mirror,
I bet.
please.
Sorry. I have fade dust in my eye. The mirror. It started off as just a fun thing between the two of us. And he decided he'd rather play with mortals than to just keep it between us.
What was it between you and
was-
then?
It was just a way for us to watch mortals. I mean, your lives can be very dramatic. It's like a soap opera watching you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Especially-
pretentious at
have you-
all.
Do you know anything about Orlesians?
He can hear.
Unfortunately,
There's
He can-
so much drama for no
He-
reason.
Y'all can see through the mirror?
We could. I think he changed it because, secrets are his thing. And he decided, he was like, I'm just gonna snip this in with a little market stall that's selling mirrors. And I don't know what it is, but I'm like leaning into like a Laudna voice. Anyone else got that? Yes, free.
A little bit.
Can the mirror be seen through by the god?
You can try it.
Give it to him.
Do I have to? Well, no, I have questions because of where it's been located for the most part. Is Dirtman looking at my titties?
I don't think that's what it
Not in his
is.
hand.
Huh?
He doesn't
because-
have it.
It's not in his hand.
He could, if he's looking through it,
He has to
looking
be
at the
looking.
mirror.
He has
Yeah.
to be
The go-
looking into
Then-
it.
Yeah.
Gave his
If the-
mirror away. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not looking at your titties.
No.
Okay.
You have not been violated. It's fine.
Thank you.
I look at Ashan. I'm like, I saw you in that mirror. That's how I knew you were alive. Like, confirmed that you were alive.
Really? What'd you see?
I saw you.
But like, what was I doing?
You were.
Was I just being like super handsome and amazing at everything?
I told you they were dating.
You stop.
No. Love
Um,
doctor.
And then he pulls
You
out a
were.
cup. He's like,
You were.
"Papa?"
Actually, you
Take another
were
one.
standing among the clan.
What was I doing?
I'm gotta flip a coin to see if I'm gonna actually tell you.
Tell us. Tell us.
Well, you were laughing. Well, no, the first time I saw you, you were just standing there. Like, the,
Sounds
sec-
about right. I do a lot of standing.
the second time I saw you, it was a little more creepy. You
Creepy.
were laughing, but not in a good way, and you were bleeding from the eyes.
Huh.
But the first time, like I said, the first time is what confirmed for me that you were still out there. Oh yeah, because like no one else has known about the second vision. I forgot about that shit. Yeah. The
That's an
second,
interesting little vision you had.
yeah, the second
Care to
time
elaborate at all?
you
Did I
were.
send it to you? Or did I?
Hold on. Because I think you did put that in my notes.
I don't
Ooh.
remember.
There was that one point when a bunch of us looked in the mirror and you DM'd us our visions.
I never got that. Give me the mirror. I'm high. Let me look.
The mirror
We
doesn't
don't
work
have
in the
any
fade.
mirror visions.
The mirror doesn't work in the
Mirror doesn't
fade.
work in the fade.
No, no.
Not
It's
that you know
fun.
that.
I don't know that.
I know that.
Clay
Nick
knows that.
doesn't. You'll just make her look at her pretty face then, Clay.
Hold on, I gotta
Alright.
scroll a little bit. Because
Did I?
what I
Okay.
remember of the vision was of like the second, like after the subsequent visions of just seeing him the first time, him being alive, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
I remember that the second and third time she saw him, he was standing in the middle of the camp and he was bleeding from the eyes and the entire clan had been destroyed. That there were bodies all over the
That
The
sounds
ground.
about right. I have been known to murder.
yeah. And she will relay that vision, that supposed vision, but then she will say, but we also know that the mirror lies. that it doesn't give whole truths.
I wouldn't say it lies, but yeah, it does not give full truths. It gives possibilities, I suppose.
So it gives potential futures.
Potential futures, yes.
Delia said that it couldn't have possibly, given what she sees in the mirror.
What did she see?
I don't know that I'm at liberty to say.
You know what she saw.
I know one thing that she saw.
What did she see? Because I may know about this deal that she made with my brother. If she happened to break that deal, well, it won't be good for any of you. Well, mostly her, but you know.
I respectfully am not at liberty to say.
Oh, so she did break his rule.
I don't know that she broke his rule. I don't know what rule she could have broken.
Yeah, did any of the group actually know that she made a deal?
No.
I mean, it
Oh,
was.
I think I was there.
I think you were the only one there other than
Bronwyn,
me.
it was just Bronwyn and Delia.
Yeah.
And there were secrets that Bronwyn was not privy to.
oh.
Because
then
Delia looked in the mirror
Yep.
and got information, and Bronwyn didn't get that information.
then yeah, I think maybe she might have without realizing that she did. Oh.
So what did she say? You
What's
can
the
tell me it's
deal?
all right. We're all friends here. Any friend of Ashan's is
What-
mine.
What how about you tell me what this deal was that she made with Dirtman?
The deal was she gets the mirror as long as she doesn't reveal any of its secrets.
I mean, is saying what she saw revealing its secrets?
Essentially.
If she knows that what she's seeing can't be true?
I mean, yes, because she was told not to reveal any of its secrets.
Is that why she wasn't letting us look into it? What's the point of what was the point of having it? Why do you want to know where it is? Why were you so concerned about knowing where it is?
Because if anyone's going to be able to destroy it, it's me.
Why do you want to destroy it?
What?
That's-
Yeah.
Because I enjoy toying with my brother, and also because it only causes pain.
I will say,
I'm sure
last
you
time
can
I
attest to that. All of you who've looked into it.
It's not
Not wrong,
incorrect.
clearly.
I mean,
It's not incorrect.
yes, but also no. I mean, it helped us save Neva.
Clay's gonna look to Ashara and Bronwyn. Just kind of like give them like, oh, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to do about it?
I mean, and she just sort of looks at you and shrugs.
I don't think there's a right way. They're just fucking with us anyway.
We're not fucking with you. I picked you because I liked you.
Did you?
Okay.
Yes.
Back to the picking.
No,
thing.
I'm hurt.
No.
Why,
no.
okay. What did you like about me? Why did you pick me, Jimmy?
I liked that you're
That's
good at your work. And that you've been through a lot of pain, and I wanted to help you.
I love this man so much.
can't believe you're so mean to Jimmy.
Okay, but you know what, Jimmy? Back to the picking thing.
I'm supposed to call him Jimmy.
Hey,
He told me I could call him Jimmy.
Call me Jimmy.
Listen, Din Din.
No.
This group is falling apart.
And Ashan just looks at you and glares.
She just looks at him and goes,
Got you.
okay, listen, I'm just trying to make sense of this all. Okay. So Dirtman imprisoned himself.
To me.
So Dirtman imprisoned himself. Okay. So if
It was a ruse because he likes
yes, he likes
When-
drama. I get it.
So dramatic. Do you have any idea what it's like to live?
So does that mean that Andrew is free and we're not like hunting for her?
No, she's hunting for you, actually. Because she's a huntress. I'm so funny.
That was a good one.
Uh-huh. This is
I
why I
didn't
don't
get-
talk to people.
I didn't get the joke, but it's funny.
It's so funny.
Okay.
See, Nick gets it.
I
My
get
friend
it.
Nick
But
here.
she's free, right?
Yes. All of
Okay.
them are.
So
I'm sure she'll come to you when she needs you.
is anyone else locked up?
No, I think Elganon was the last one. Because none of us
Is the
could get
fox
to-
guy free?
The what guy?
The fox guy?
Who's the fox guy?
Oh, I just know that he gave me a fox.
He gave you a fox. Well, since it's a he, that narrows it down quite a bit. June, perhaps?
I don't know. He gave
Got
me a
a pass?
fox.
Aren't you?
Hmm?
So you're hopeless, aren't you?
I'm hopeless
Apparently.
Hey.
because of
Remember the name of the god that chose you.
he didn't exactly tell me. I can't remember what he did. Also, he did look different in my vision than you said that he's going to look.
I don't remember how he looks.
He
I'm
looked like
just
an
guessing.
old
The only
man
reason
when I saw
know-
him.
The only reason that I know that Falon'din has red hair is because Em kept bringing it up.
So okay, so Elgranon gets freed, he fucks off.
Yes.
Dirtman
Because he needed to help.
pretends to be freed, and then he fucks off.
Yes, he does that quite a bit. He
We
always
wind up in the deep roads,
Yes.
meet Silas,
Yes.
and then she fucks off.
Probably.
Do we have any inkling of where we're supposed to be going? What we're supposed to be doing to stop Fen'Harel?
I
What
would
is-
assume that they're pointing you towards Arlathan.
I'm sorry.
Arlathan.
He
You
said
know-
the thing. Name drop.
Ashara just looks at him. She's like, "But Arlathan was destroyed."
Well, that's what Fen'Harel's trying to do, is to bring it back.
Okay, isn't
How do we go somewhere that was
For me.
destroyed?
for me?
Well, it's still there, but not really. You know? Like, new cities have been built over it, but it's still there.
You nerd. Archaeologist nerd. God.
Mortician jokes and archaeology jokes all in
So
one.
Arlathan is not the Golden City that is now the Black City.
No. No, all the things that the Shem believe, those are real too, unfortunately.
So
Son of a bitch. God likes me.
I'm gonna. Can I like grab Lila by the foot and like violently shake it to wake her up?
You can shake it, but nothing happens.
No.
And he looks at you and is like, I mean, you could just ask.
Listen, I need her to have the same existential crisis that I'm having.
Oh, if we're talking about existential crisis, now definitely wake them. And he snaps, and the two of you wake up. And you find yourselves in a small encampment with the Black Mountains rising up around you. You can't really see much other than like the green sky above. There's two tents that are kind of off to the side. There's a campfire in the middle that's lit up with blue flames. And you're all just kind of circled around it. Diani is still laying there unconscious while the rest of you are awake. You see the rest of the party along with this Elvhen man, the one with the eccentric one with the British accent. He's got this long red hair that's kind of pulled up in a half bun. And he's sitting cross-legged right next to Nick, and they're just kind of like buddy-buddy. And then next to Ashara, you see another Elven man with red Valesline, Falon'din Valesline. And he's got this like shaggy, kind of like my length hair that's brown, and he's just kind of sitting close to her. Like
They're
they clearly know each other, like with how close they're sitting.
They're kissing.
They are not.
I wish
They
they
might
were.
be in a little bit.
I told you I would flirt with all of you at some point.
But not around you guys.
Listen, love Dr. Nick. We'll set it up. She's
Can
too
love
high right
Dr.
now.
Nick
She will
focus
do
on
it.
herself, please.
No, that's the thing. She never focuses on herself. It's
Well, she
always
should.
others.
She's just vibing with an Elvhen god.
And probably stuff I stole from his tent.
She's gonna look. Ashara's gonna look at Lila and be like, "This is Falon'din. He's the god of the dead, god of the dead."
Or you can call me Jimmy.
Or
That's only
Dindin.
my name
Or
for
Dindin.
you.
No, do not call me Dindin. I will literally murder you and refuse to help your soul.
But
Also-
fun
Aren't
story. Wait, hold on. I'm not done. Fun story. Solas created the veil, but the maker is also real. Have fun.
There's also Jerky.
And Pop Rocks!
I'm gonna hand Lila a piece of pride jerky.
Am I
It's-
dead?
No.
No, you're not dead. You've just been unconscious for 3 days. You're welcome.
Lila,
You.
do you remember what you saw after you died?
Ooh, tell me. I need to write it down in my notes. He writes with a fist when he uses a pencil.
I'm watching him write to learn how
I'm
to
sorry.
read.
What? That's what you're asking me?
Tell me.
Yeah.
It's for science.
It's
We
for
all-
science, and Clay also has a notebook out.
We all did it.
I'm sorry, we all died?
I mean, you didn't quite die. You were close, but I saved you.
Well,
Branwen
thank
is
you, I
Hello,
guess.
my name is Falon'din. I am the Elven god of death. I guide souls through the underworld, essentially. We don't have an underworld. We have the Fade and the Veil.
Mhm.
Hi.
Lila's gonna look around at all the faces trying to gauge like for real, or is this like a crazy fucker?
Bronwyn is sitting there, just pure exhaustion on her face. Like she is already completely fed up with everything that's happening right now. And she looks up at Lila and she's just like,
Nick genuinely looks happy.
For the first time
For the
since you've
first time.
since you met her. She
And
looks
he's-
genuinely
and
happy.
He is holding this pouch out to you, and he's like, "Would you like a pop rock?"
Nick's nodding yes.
oh no. Bronwyn is
nodding
up
yes.
slapping. She is slapping the pop rocks out of his hand.
Nick dives for him, picks him up off the floor.
Thank you. And they're like, he's like helping putting them back into his pouch.
And then she gets in his face and she like points at him and she goes, "No more pop rocks."
I like pop rocks. Nick likes them too. Maybe
Well,
you should
keep
try
them
one.
to
Nick,
yourself.
no.
Maybe you'd be able to loosen up for once and not be so stuck up all the
I
time.
thought you liked my work ethic.
I like your work ethic, not your attitude.
Lila's gonna have a moment of panic and look around and see Asera and go over to her. Are you okay?
Absolutely fucking not.
Mood.
Well, I suppose that's understandable. But I mean, she's gonna look at you and see that you're like, intact.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
You're not in pieces.
When you were healed, all of the scars that you would have gotten from that fight are gone, along with a few of your other old scars that just kind of got healed over.
But just letting you know,
What about
because this is
Asera's
what Clay's
scars,
concern
though?
was, Nick's tattoos are still there.
Nick's tattoos are
That was
I'm
Clay's
not
number
gonna-
one concern.
I love that you're saying that it was Clay. It was me.
No, it was Clay.
It was also Clay, but it was me.
We're the same person.
I just
That's
it's
true.
very important. How many of Asera's facial scars are still there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Roll the dice.
Gonna roll.
I'm gonna roll.
What they gonna roll?
Half of them are gone.
Oh, does she know yet though?
She
No.
has that.
No.
Katie would have
She
to
can
tell
see
her.
face.
So I would have noticed that.
That or she could
immediately.
look in the mirror.
Okay, so you want me to pull that out? I see.
From that.
Although that's gonna be not the honest thing. Lila's looking. Is her stuff right next to her?
Yes,
her
you
sword?
have all of your things right with you.
Okay, great.
You wake up
She's
like
gonna-
on the bed roll.
She's gonna put that sword back on her before she does anything else.
Cool.
She feels naked without it. And turn and look to the group, and we'll make it work. She would turn to Ashara to be like, "Where are we?" And she gets out, "Where are we?" And then goes, "Ashara, your
Hey.
face."
Ashara or Asera?
Ashara?
Asera.
Asera.
Oh, Asera scars. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah. I'm the one with the mouth scars. Thank you
You're the one
very
with scars.
much.
Is her like really prominent one gone? Like her mouth one gone?
Mhm.
Half of them, yeah.
Stitching
Her mouth
is
scars
fine.
are like
Oh
it's
my
like
god.
It's
Yeah.
like they're like stitch scars, so they're
it's like every other one kind of is just kind of gone. That and look, do you want it every other one or do you want it like half of your face? You can decide.
Choose your own adventure.
yeah. I'm torn. Probably. Ah, fuck it. Let's go half the face.
Pick.
All right, we'll have to get back to the thing because I'm trying to start. So you just said the fade.
Still here.
Why are we still in the fade?
Well, I mean,
You
dying.
don't like it here.
We're
Guys,
not
gotta
supposed
find
to
that
be
dude,
here.
sir.
No.
This is true, but it also makes you very special because very few people actually come into the fade while they're alive.
I don't
appreciate
want to
you.
be
Most
special.
of
I want to be
people-
out of the fade.
Clay actually goes, well, we've got to find the the champion of Kirkwall.
And Falon'din just looks
Does he
really
actually
sad.
say that?
Yeah. we gotta find the champion of Kirkwall.
Clay, since when is that our mission?
That was
The mission.
That is not what the Inquisitor said to me.
I look at Lila and I'm just like, all right. So what did the Inquisitor say to you?
What she said to the entire group. She said to close the rift.
Oh, so she didn't mention the whole.
No.
See,
Oh.
honey, I thought you knew.
Well, I knew Hawk was in the fade, but I didn't know it was our job to go get him.
He killed that demon and I made some really good jerky out of it. Would you like some?
I offer the pride jerky to
No,
Lila.
not the pride jerky.
I know, but
The
I'm
pride
offering her the
She's just gonna go.
No, looks to Nick. No one wants my nightmare jerky.
Hey, B, it's all right. I'll eat another one.
Oh, good. I have so much of it. It was such a big demon.
I know it. I know. Just
So
snacking.
you know Hawk? She's speaking to this Elvhen person she doesn't know.
I haven't met him personally. I know he killed this nightmare demon. It was impressive. Yeah, like those things are ginormous. Have you seen one? I mean, I can't count.
It's okay. Use my fingers.
It doesn't help.
Gonna turn to Ashara and be like,
She get
A
like
lot
the
of
wife
jars
staff
of
gives,
nightmare
like, Lila,
jerky.
like, no.
I filled up the entire storeroom of my cave with nightmare jerky.
The
And
Inquisitor
then I had to make another storeroom.
to Lila, Ashara's like, the Inquisitor somehow got word that Hawk might still be alive, and if it was possible to try and find him, and please keep in mind that Ellie, out of character here, has very bad memory, so like correct me if I'm wrong at any point, Callie. But you know, and then conveniently the rift that we were supposed to take care of is the same general area where the rift that, you know, had opened up that we thought maybe Hawk would be at or around.
Sure, we
So
just
she's
got
just
our
the
ass
face,
kicked
but, like, oh.
by a demon.
Yes,
What?
we did.
In what? How are we supposed to find and save Hawk?
Well, I mean, Hawk killed the nightmare demon and he was alone.
Yeah,
What's to
because
try
he's
and find
Hawk.
him?
We are
I
not
think it's
Hawk.
worth it.
Well, okay, so maybe you're not Hawk, but I'm not nothing.
We're not
Yeah.
nothing, but we're the
Nick.
fucking Fade. Sorry, I'm swearing way more than she would.
Falon'din leans over to Nick and he's like, your friend is awfully angry.
Sometimes you just gotta go with it. You want to rock? It calms your nerves.
Yeah, I do want to rock.
No.
Yeah.
Takes a rock, and then he like passes it to the person next to him. I think Clay would be the person closest.
Come on, Clay.
I'll slap it. I'll
rock.
slap his hand if he reaches for it.
No. Rock.
Clay's actually, I'm gonna say he's not in the circle anymore. I want to go to Asera. Because if Lila would have looked around and looked at Asera and been like, your scars are gone, Clay is going to have turned and he's gonna pull the mirror out to show Asera her face.
Oh no.
And Falon'din just leans forward and grins. And in the mirror, you do only see your face, with your scars missing on half of your
Yeah. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Mirror back away.
They're gone.
No. I want to see.
Take a pop rock and calm
I
yourself
have a
down.
top rock. I have a very high tolerance.
You want
Take
another
another.
one?
No, I want to. Yeah.
Let him see the mirror,
It
Clay.
has been centuries since I've looked in that thing. Please.
Sorry, so are we all actually believing that this lunatic in the Fade is an elven god?
Yes.
Rude.
You haven't seen the
Unfortunately.
others.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, you weren't there for the other ones. I think
You weren't there
Silas
for the
is
others.
most normal.
I will say the others are very stuck up and pretentious, and I am chill.
Mhm.
If you're chill,
I'm very chill. Pop rock?
can you I will take a rock. I won't ingest the rock just yet.
You
I
better
will-
try.
You don't ingest the rock. You just put it in
You
your
don't
mouth.
ingest the
I-
rock.
I'm
You
not
don't
gonna
swallow
put it in
it.
my mouth just yet because I'm still trying to think. And I just, do you know what they're planning that we're supposed to help with? I know you got your gig here and you're happy doing your thing. It's a good gig, you know, I mean, great location.
It really is. You can look at
Next
this.
to the Black
If
Palace.
you climb up, if you
To the
just
Black
climb
City.
over this ridge, the view of the Black City is just immaculate.
Roll to go. I'm crawling up the mountain.
But do you know what we're supposed to do when we get out of here? Because we will get out of here, and I firmly believe that we're gonna find Hawk, and we're gonna figure.
You positivity.
Yes. Do you have any inkling of what like Ashara wants us to do?
Well, I have received an influx of souls from Kirkwall recently.
Are the gods responsible for that plague?
No, but we think Solas is. Sorry, Fen'Harel. He doesn't know the name Solas. He isn't it Fen'Harel? That was a Callie fuck up. Fen'Harel probably had something to do with that. I mean, the majority of the souls have been not elvish. Elvhen. This is Dragon Age. Not Elvhen.
Do you see the souls? Do you can you talk to the souls when they come from Kirkwall?
I can talk to pretty much all the souls. It's very briefly. We just take a nice stroll as I walk them through the Fade, and then we say our goodbyes. It's very pleasant.
Have you heard the name Ella at all?
No,
Okay.
just gonna say, Brie, I am impressed with your memory.
I was hanging on by a fucking string. I had no idea if that was correct or not.
Lila's gonna kind of square off, like step up to him. So if you're an elven god of the dead, I
Yes.
assume you can get us out of this place.
No, because if I could do that, I would have sent Ashan home 7 years ago.
So you're an elven god, but you're stuck in the Fade.
I'm not stuck in the Fade. You're stuck in the Fade. It's different.
You just said you can't get out of here.
I can get out of here. You can't get out of here. I can't send other people.
So you could leave.
I could. I've done
And
it
come
before.
back.
Someone can attest to this.
She just
Branwen?
sighs. She sighs really loud. Yeah. I met him in Orlais.
Lala's just gonna go sit for a second.
Branwen and I go so far back.
No, we don't.
We go further back than you realize.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means you're surrounded by death, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that.
I've known you since you were just a wee thing.
Ask
That's
for
why
a
I
tea.
picked you.
Weren't you trapped? Weren't you trapped when I was a wee thing?
I mean, yes, but I could still see you because of everyone else. They told me all about you. Like, Ashara would not stop talking about you.
Clay is gonna.
Oh my god, she loved
Clay's-
you so much. It
Her
was
face goes
brought
white.
tears to my eyes.
It's like white and blank and just
and then Gerard, he would not shut up about you.
shut up.
Clay's gonna get in between her and Falon'din.
Don't
Just-
talk about them.
But they all talked about you and how good you were, and that's why I picked you.
Clay pulls out the mirror and is holding it out towards him.
And he takes it. And he's just looking into it, grinning.
I hate this man so much.
I
There's
love
a
him
show
so
going
much.
on in Orlais.
I want to see.
So I think Bronwyn yelling like that kind of broke Lila out of it for a second. And she's gonna stand up again. We can deal with all of this at another time. Right now, we need to get out of here. We got our asses kicked. Sorry, she wouldn't say that. We got our butts kicked by one demon. How many of them are there here?
Well, no
cannot
one's
handle
stopping
this.
you from leaving, Lila.
I'm not leaving without the rest of you.
Well, then
Well,
maybe
these
you
things
should
are
just be
stopping you from
quiet about
leaving.
leaving.
We gotta. Ashara is still
There are so many things stopping you from leaving.
Ashara is still holding the pop rock and just be like, whoa, okay.
You need to put the rock in your mouth. Do it. Put the rock in your mouth. And the
I will
shot
put
like,
this rock in my mouth if you tell me what we're supposed to do after we get out of here.
I will hold you to this.
I will. Okay.
You promise.
It's
The last person who broke a pinky promise destroyed the world, or at least is trying to.
I will put this rock in my mouth if you tell us what we're supposed to do, what Ashara Voss wants us to do after we get out of the Fade.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. And she gets up and she like pinky, yeah, she does the pinky promise.
And he's just like, yes.
I love the insinuation that Solas was the last person that Pinky promised.
I know, right?
Listen, bad things happen when you break a pinky promise.
He says, I don't know Ashara Voss's plans for you, but I know our plans. Our plans. Because there's like them and then there's me, and I'm just vibing, doing my thing. I mean, Kirkwall's a good place to start.
You asshole.
Again, because Fen'Harel decided that he was going to throw down a plague on everyone who's not an elf because he's just a fucker like that, you know.
You just expect all of us to walk into a plagued city just for fun, you know.
I mean, you'll be fine. You're part elf.
I would like to punch him in the face.
You're too
Clay
short.
Clay is in between you two. Clay is in between you two still.
No, he's not. No,
Yes,
he's
he
not.
is.
She
Yes,
pushed
he
him
is.
aside.
No, Ashara's gonna tuck that nugget of information.
Oh yeah, because she wasn't there for that.
She wasn't.
I was not. And I will sit down next to Ashan and I'm just looking at him real quick and be like, is this gonna kill me?
It's not gonna kill you. It'll be a little weird.
As soon as he says it's
It'll
not
be a
gonna
little
kill me,
weird,
I'll
but
pop it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Go! Join me.
It's just like
I
welcome.
made a pinky promise, so I'm gonna keep it.
I still want to punch him in the face.
Roll the hit.
I rolled a 21.
I don't know what his AC is, so I'm gonna roll an AC.
Clay did not stop you.
I got
Clay did get shoved to the side.
16. So yeah,
You
you
hit.
punch him in the face. And so
Clay is scrambling back up to get between them again, though.
you punch him in the face and he just goes rude. It was my face. Even Pike's upset.
Who is Pike?
You really?
I'm sorry, Pike. I apologize. I apologize to Pike.
Pike is
Listen,
now
Pike.
also in game. There is also a
Guys.
cat in the fade.
Guys, her birthday is next week.
Oh.
Baby.
She has a little hat I'm gonna put on her. I'm gonna make her a little cake.
On it.
Okay, so you punch him in the face.
Yeah.
And then what do you do after you punch him in the face?
Nothing. I wait to see what he does.
Clay is
He's
gonna try and
sad
get
that you
between
punched
them.
him in the face. He's really upset. It's like, I thought we were pals.
Palin, I've got a question about the mirror. If you look in it, can you see specific people? He's gonna try and distract them with the mirror again.
My face hurts.
Do you want to kiss?
Nick, do you still have the pork jerky?
Back off, Clay. My best
I'm
friend.
sorry. If he says that, she is on at him.
I'm grabbing Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
I just want the pride jerky. It'll numb my face.
I have his hand. I'm pulling him away, giving him jerky. Back.
Starts chewing.
Lila's gonna come out like
Looks like some pride jerky.
Lila's gonna jump in the middle of all of this again. Do you all feel this way? Will none of you leave without finding Hawk, despite what's happened so far?
None of you are able to leave in the first place. So.
Well, we could find the rift we came in.
It's
That
still
did
there anymore.
disappear as soon as we walked through.
It sure
Oh,
did.
good.
You're stuck here just like my friend Ashan. Have you met Ashan? Ashan! And Ashan just kind of is like, hi, I'm Ashan.
Next to a now high.
I was gonna just kind of do it. Nod like, okay, cool. Do we know what caused the rift in the first place? It was obviously not the explosion at the conclave. The only other thing I know of that made them.
Probably Elvhen gods.
Oh, it was definitely Elven gods. Probably.
Which one?
So some elven gods can make openings in the fade, but you can't.
I can, but under specific circumstances.
And what are those specific circumstances?
Myself and the dead.
Kill me. Throw me through.
You're not dead yet.
No, kill me now, and then you can throw me like a reverse thing.
Bitch, don't tempt me.
Please.
So you can only open them for the dead, but some of them can open them for the living?
People I don't know can open it for the living, apparently. Like your good friend Fen'Harel. I see you've got the same little eye symbol pin thing that Ashara has.
Yes, and we are not exactly with Fen'Harel anymore.
Well, that's good, because your friend who's unconscious over there sure is.
Not the
I'm
best
sorry,
time for
what?
Lila to figure this out.
She's gonna go to punch him again immediately.
No, I block it.
You just hear over next to Ashan. You keep her name out of your mouth. She's a good girl. That's my sister.
I never said her name. I'm just telling the truth. She is with Fen'Harel.
Sorry, can someone explain, please?
Don't worry.
As far as I
Don't worry about it.
myself, so
I was about to
Does not
say
actually
that
say don't worry
every
about
time.
it. Does Branwen actually say don't worry about it?
Yeah.
Ashara,
Lila.
that's
No,
my
she's
line.
like she is ready to hit this man again, and just calls over her shoulder to Lila. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You're telling me that a member of your party has been a traitor this entire time?
She's not a
that's like it
traitor.
sounds.
It's not just one. Ashara here has talked with him as well.
Talked with him is different. You didn't just say she talked to him.
I mean, she's talked to him, but she's also
It's-
decided to side with him.
I've spoken to Solas before. It's
Oh no, this is recent.
Falon'din.
Damn it! You're telling me. Yeah, she just
Oh,
like
Jimmy.
Jimmy, why you gotta do me like this? Why?
Yes.
Ashara.
I have been
Explain.
nothing but attacked this entire evening, and all I did was save your lives.
All you did was tell everybody about my dream. Did you tell them about my magic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. I tried to
Listen. I go up to her. Listen,
It's not like
I
didn't
tried
see
to.
it.
I tried to say it wasn't. I did. Did I not try to say? Did I not tell you to shush?
She did actually,
I didn't
yeah.
tell. I
all
stopped
they
it.
knew, for all they knew, it could have been the bow that I stole from Neve.
That's what I tried to say.
They all saw it. I know this.
Ashara, are you with the Inquisition or not?
Of course, I got the pin. she's had a pop.
Solas had the pin.
Can I have a pin?
Solas was an egg.
So this is your name for Fen'Harel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's an egg. He's got an egg head.
Did he have
But-
hair before?
You've been
Oh, he
speaking
used
to him?
to.
No, not Ashara.
He just said she
No,
did.
she spoke to him once.
Yeah, but not recently. The one who's been recently.
No, it was recent.
was
It was like
How?
right before you came
How?
in fired.
How? She's just pointing at you. How?
I'm a god.
If you're a god and you can know my dreams, why can't you open a door?
I can't control magic. I can, but I
I
can't.
can't either. Does that make me a god?
No, you're just
Like,
elf.
use my fingers and try and do magic.
And as you do, like lightning shoots out from your fingertips, like Darth Sidious style.
does it hit anyone?
It
She's
doesn't.
high.
It goes
She
right
can't
into
aim.
the mountain, and there's this
Aw.
rumble, like the ground is shaking, and then it just slowly stops.
Oh my god.
That was pretty cool. Do it again.
That was pretty cool. Do it again.
Do
No,
it
don't
again.
do it again.
Do it
The
again.
mountains- Do you want a rock slide?
I've never seen one before.
But do you
Maybe.
want it
No.
on top of you?
No, absolutely not.
I look at Lila and I be like, it's one time. Okay? It's one
She's
time.
very high.
Tell me about this one time.
I want to know about this one time. Please.
He said, as a mage, congratulations, I'm a late bloomer. Everybody says
He's
that.
a mage.
It's because I
Everyone
talk
knows.
late and I don't like people. And now I have magic and an adult and I got magic. I'm not supposed to have magic. I'm a hunter.
No, you can have magic. It makes hunting really easy.
So you didn't go to him.
Hunting's not supposed to be easy.
Neither did Diani.
Then why? Then what do you mean by she's with him?
Listen.
Because he's a bastard. Lila, you know this. He's a piece of shit who keeps fucking picking on everybody.
Solas has her family.
I don't think Clay knew that.
Oh shit.
I don't
So
think
if-
anyone knew that. But
I was gonna
So
say, I
if
don't
we
think anyone knew
find
that.
Solas, Ashara, which side will Diani be on? And which side will you be on?
hey, I care about my family. Okay? So as long as my family is safe, I'm on my family's side. If my family and my clan go to Fen'Harel, I go where my family goes.
Even if they're making the choice to go with the man that's going to destroy the world.
Family first, then you guys.
No
because
matter what your family does.
family first, then you guys. Humans are like,
I thought what's right came first.
what's right is taking care of my family.
Even if your family is willing to let the rest of the world burn.
See, I don't think my family would be willing to let the world burn, but they might not get a choice.
So we save them, not join them.
Then we save Diani's family, and she doesn't have to join him.
Diani's family is dead. So
But they, but
I led them myself. They were very nice people.
there's,
Fucking knew it.
but
All
there
of
was-
them?
Does he have her family or is her family dead? Which one is it?
Yes, which one is it?
So
Family, or like clan family? Because
the
Solas has.
family is dead. The majority of her clan is dead. There's a few people that are on Fen'Harel's side.
Mm.
There's like 3 of them, and one of them is a small thing. Just
Yes,
a little
that's
bit.
her family. Clan is family. So if you get them back, then Diani is on our side. I actually wait. I want to roll because she's not telling everything.
Mm,
Deception.
What is that? What is
Should I roll perception?
insight? You would have to roll insight.
okay.
Well, I got a 17.
That's pretty good.
I got. Does a 17? If I got a 17 and she got a 17.
If it meets, it beats.
Who's the meeting
yeah,
though?
but who meets and
meets?
who beats?
What are you rolling for?
I was rolling for deception.
I think you should roll with disadvantage for deception because you're
Okay.
high.
because I'm high.
I heard because you're hot.
Well, hey.
That should give her
Unfortunately, my
advantage.
second roll was a nat 20, so the 17 is what I get. Damn, why couldn't you have rolled
So
that?
if you're doing the action of deceiving. So
And
I
she's
think
trying to do the
because
action.
she's
of
trying to
deceiving.
like see if it passes, I think that she would win.
Because
But I would
it's
win.
not that I'm trying to deceive, but it's just that I have like outright deceive. I'm not lying. I'm just omitting.
Yeah. and
That
I
makes
think
sense
she
to
would
me
still
because
win.
Lila doesn't trust you at all right now. So it would make sense that she would
Yeah.
Not-
give
yeah.
people.
I'm going with Lila on this.
Yeah, that's fine. But Ashara's high as fuck, so she doesn't actually know what she's.
So it
omitting.
makes sense that she
Yeah.
would win.
Yeah. But Ashara doesn't realize what she's omitting and what she's like admitting. So
Ashara, if someone takes hostages, you don't join the kidnappers. You save the hostages.
That's the plan.
Sometimes they join the kidnappers.
Yeah.
But what if, and hear me out.
Am and not
What
Bronwyn.
if the
That
only
was
way? What if the only way to save the hostages is to go along with the kidnappers for a while? You got to comply with the demands, and then the hostages get released.
I think she's making a lot of sense.
I don't think the hostages get released in this case.
Yeah.
Can we also
What do you
factor
know?
in? Can
What do you
we
know
also
about
you
the
met
different
Solas?
situations?
How about what?
Me? No.
She just were like, "You're being mean to me," and she's gonna like
Being mean.
You are being mean.
just like
It's so mean.
Speaking of Lila,
Yeah,
just
we're all
talking about-
speaking
She
to
goes, "You're
you.
being mean to me," and she's gonna go and snuggle up next to her Sean.
And Ashan's just like, oh shit, this is happening. This is happening. Play cool, play cool.
okay, so I have a very important question for Em then. Since Lila and Bronwyn talked about horse girl shit,
Yeah.
like, have they been like friendly, and has she been friendly towards Lila since then?
Yeah. Until just now.
Okay, so I'm gonna. That's true. You didn't say something awful, so never mind. I'm not rolling for who she goes to. She's going to Clay.
Aw.
Yeah, sorry. I like she's been nice, but then she did just say that shit like 5 minutes ago. So
Actually, no, because she got. Sorry. No, she got asked everything first. What? Step over to the insane person. Step carefully. Like, am I really fucking doing this? Because to her, you're just a freaking nut job.
yeah.
What
To
do you mean
Bronwyn,
by
too.
Diani is with him?
He?
Yes.
Well, he's been going to her for months now, and they've been talking and planning and
Planning.
She hasn't been going to him.
He's been going to her, yes, but she made the decision to continue to allow him to enter her dreams.
And
She did
sometimes
say
he
What do
that.
you mean by planning? It sounds like what he said to Ashara was just speaking of her magic.
Which, yes, he did that. And then he's been talking to Diani about how she needs to just be careful of us, which is dumb because we're just trying to stop Fen'Harel, you know? And he's pulling her away, and that's why I haven't woken her up yet, because she's a fucking traitor and all that shit. You know?
And
What
like,
gets it to the
where-
point of being a
where-
traitor? That
I mean,
how do you know
feel
she's
a
on his
traitor.
side?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her. I just left her unconscious.
You could speak to her.
I'm gonna
Wake
spit
her
the
up.
rock out, and I'm
I
gonna
don't
throw it
want
at
to.
Falon'din.
Can you see everyone's dreams? Have you been seeing my dreams?
Perhaps.
What has been Clay dreaming of? Tell me.
There's that one you keep having about that Grey Warden.
This Bronwyn? This one? Wait, this one or another one?
A different one.
Wait, is the one we threw food at? Which one?
You threw food at a Grey Warden.
We did. Listen, okay.
This is why we're best friends now.
So, we were on this ship,
Yes.
and then we were trying to rescue these Grey Wardens,
Yes.
right? And he was in a closet, and he was passed out, and Clay went in there. And I've heard this, so I wasn't there. And he
Is
fell
that
out, and then
one?
and then when he woke up, apparently he looked up at Clay and was like, "Are you Andraste?" And then they fucked.
And then they fuck.
That's literally all he dreams about.
Oh
Bronwyn is just like Bronwyn is so red, and she just goes, "None of this is relevant."
I can tell you a few things that are relevant.
Oh my
Like what?
Like, how you're related to another Grey Warden.
Bronwyn?
Technically two.
What?
Ooh.
You're related to two other Grey Wardens. Isn't that fun?
Bronwen, you have a family.
You
Please
have
tell me
a
it's not Oscar. Please tell me
family.
it's not Oscar. Please tell me it's not Oscar.
It's not Oscar.
So, oh my god. Lila's gonna walk over to Clay and like
Who are you
bring him
talking about?
over to where I'm assuming Asera's still sitting
Like,
where she woke up.
Ashara literally calls out from Ashan's lap. Is it Greta?
God.
Is it Greta?
I love Greta. She's such a sweetheart.
Can you all shut
do you
up?
know
Who are
Greta?
you talking about?
Oh, I don't know all the names. I just know the faces. I see your dreams too. Even though you don't dream, I see what you would dream if you
That
could.
makes no goddamn sense.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I lived in the Fade for centuries.
What is she dreaming about?
Well, recently it's been you and Diani.
Hey,
She is storming off. Before he gets to that, she is storming off.
How far?
I don't know. She's gonna go for a little while.
You keep walking and it keeps like going up. And as you get to the top of the ridge, you can see that you're probably like 5 miles from the Black City.
Does it feel blighted?
You can't feel anything.
What do you mean?
You can't feel anything.
Did you get cured from the blight?
are you not blighted in the Fade?
Did you get wait? Because we healed the scars. Do you not have the blight anymore?
Callie?
Secrets.
Like her hair's so big.
You're not gonna die alone.
She still could.
No.
She's still good.
No.
While we're in a lull, I'm gonna run pee quick.
Okay.
This is probably a great place to take a break.
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit. There is
Anyways,
so much
bad.
happening.
This is how
Bronwen would like to
Lila
die
has found
now.
out that Diani is traitor but not traitor.
Oh, Nick Ben knew.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
Ashara been knew for a while too,
We
but
all Ben knew.
At this point, everyone knows except for Lila and Asera.
Except for
so-
Lila and Asera.
although
Clay
I
and
think that
Bronwen that one
Falon'din
night
has
literally
told
like
What
we're
do you
like,
mean about
okay,
Diani?
you go dream of
Yeah,
you go dream
I
of
don't know now.
Solas. We're gonna
keep
snuggle
it
next
to
to
the
you.
egg. We'll wait
Yeah,
here for
Nick
you.
knows, Clay. Nick knows.
Not angry. Not a
So,
pissed.
so
I
angry.
will
love that
this so I can
apparently
be like,
Clay
hey,
is-
guess what? Solas created the Fade, but the Maker's still real. So
That's like gotten buried in her head now with every other fucking thing. She's just like,
Yeah.
Nick's ignoring the maker part. Nah.
I love that
No,
Clay's
I think
apparently been
as-
dreaming of Oscar like every night. He does not remember this guy
Oh
anymore.
my god.
I want to know what Nick's dreams about.
Just ask, apparently.
No.
I
Is it just
Bronwen
nightmares?
Bronwen only has blighted dreams, so like very confused.
It's what she would be dreaming of if she didn't have
Uh,
blighted dreams.
If it was this the elf side.
Oh my god, if you're cured and then we go back to the real world, you're gonna have dreams. Like real dreams.
No,
No.
wait, no, because
she won't have
only
any
mages
dreams.
have dreams.
The
Oh,
dwarves.
because did dwarves not dream?
Dwarves
that
don't
what it is?
dream.
Dwarves don't
Mm.
dream.
Well, you're a
Yeah,
dwarf,
cannot
Don't
so
dream
No.
because they have no connection to the Fade, which
But
is the same reason they can't be mages.
but you're a dwarf.
I
so
am a dwarf.
you're a dwarf, so
Hey,
Callie.
Callie, side note. What does Nick dream about?
Many things.
Like what, bestie?
Probably demons and also her kids. Occasionally Clay.
hey yo.
Occasionally Nathan.
Occasionally Clay and Nathan.
Occasionally Clay and Nathan.
No.
Threesomes are fun.
Ooh.
No. Mostly nightmare though.
Hence why he eats the nightmare demon.
Love it.
So,
Oh boy. Did I oh you go, friend.
even though she's a dwarf, I was assuming she wasn't dreaming.
I was also assuming she wasn't dreaming, and then
Okay.
I just on the spot.
Okay, cool. Because I'm pretty sure the only dreams she's ever had were like blight related.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Also,
That would
White
change a
hairs.
lot.
Came to me as we were playing.
Cool.
As everything does.
As everything does.
Also,
also,
thanks for the ideas, y'all. Holy shit.
For what?
for what?
I'm not telling you.
What were the
Also-
ideas?
I'm not telling you.
I think they were about Bronwyn being cured. I think those would be ideas.
That and Ashara saying that she'd pick her family over all y'all.
Immediately turns around and does the joining again.
We could all do it. Shots.
Clay
Listen,
was very touched that that we were all second in line after family though.
Yeah,
Nick's
yeah.
not paying attention. What
Well,
I find in the tents.
Lila's pissed off, but that's probably because I mean, one, Inquisition and Lila's like lawful good, but two, also Lila's human, so she's like at the bottom of the list
Yeah.
because all humans are at the bottom of the
She
list.
doesn't care if she's at the bottom of the list. She cares that you would put family over
The
morals,
world.
essentially.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's the
it didn't make sense in conversation to say it, but for her, like, if one of her siblings murdered someone, she would not cover for them.
Also consider
want them
Ashara
to
is super
face
high
consequences.
right now.
Yeah,
What?
Huh?
Super high.
Oh yeah, Ashara is high as
Got her ass.
Super high.
Pop rocks are basically much like shrooms and weed combined.
Oh my
Like,
god.
like Nick literally said, Clay, I really like you a lot.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
But
like,
we're
Ashara's
friends.
probably
But
not
we're
even gonna
friends.
remember that she said any of that to you in the
I know.
morning. Actually, I'm
I'm
gonna roll a
not-
Constitution saving.
Do it.
Me too.
Bronwyn, like,
Oh,
get out
no.
of sight.
I want to see at what point do I just like pass out in Ashan's lap.
Bronwyn walked far enough away that you guys can't tell that she's crying.
Oh, Bronwyn.
But would she
no.
see you?
What?
Also,
Can we see you? Like,
no.
see-
I mean, you could probably
Oh,
like
just-
maybe like a little blip. She like
Just,
walked up
far
pretty
away
high
up on
high.
the ridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty high. up.
Callie, question. So
Mhm.
when I come back out of my high, if I roll higher, does that mean I remember what happened or I don't?
I'd say you would.
If oh
I rolled a 10. I don't know what that means for when I eventually.
no. Oh, no.
We'll roll at the end of session.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I
Does
won't
a
roll
10,
it. I
does a
won't
10
take that
mean
one
I'm
then.
awake or am I sleeping now in Ashan's lap?
You're still awake.
Okay.
Also, what intent? What I find intense.
Allie.
What?
Oh yeah, because she
What
rolled
if-
like a 32.
Yeah, I rolled a 32 when I snuck away to the tents. What I find.
Oh, I'll tell you later.
Oh,
I was like
Oh.
in the middle of like starting to type and then I got called away. So
mood. Now I
I
Where
think
were
once
we before
Bronwyn
she
starts to
speak?
get pretty far away, I would turn to Clay and say, someone should go after her. We shouldn't be separating right now. And I think she'd rather see you than me.
The only reason that Clay had not been going immediately is because Diani is still knocked out. He does not
Yeah.
trust this motherfucker
I'll
with anything.
go. I'll go.
I
You can
will like when they all started like talking about like Diani and whatnot, Ashara would have like scooted over and like laid down next to her, like almost
Oh.
protectively because that's her sister.
We stand.
And she'd be like, Ashan, come here, come here, come here.
Cuddle.
Clay's gonna make eye contact with Ashan and be like, watch them.
and he's just like
Oh,
She pulls Ashan down to like come next to her.
"Oh, okay. I'm here now.
Good luck. And then Clay is gonna go and follow Bronwyn.
Can I
Good.
just say that the fact that Ashan is basically the designated driver is,
He is the trip minder. He's the trip
Um,
minder right now.
yeah.
This is
And I
this
think
is
that
the
that's
whole
his
relationship
daily
growing
life.
up.
Although,
That's
Their
his
entire
daily
relationship
life.
growing up has been Ashara doing stupid shit and
yeah.
driving him into it.
Y'all were all talking at once. I missed a bunch.
they were just talking. Go talk to your girlfriend.
Yes.
No.
Clay
no.
salutes
One of your girlfriends.
He's
What?
gonna go and walk up next to Bronwyn.
Oh. She's going to hastily try to wipe the tears off of her face.
It's okay. I know I've cried enough in front of you.
He's so frustrating.
If you had been locked in the Fade for 7 years and then a century before then, wouldn't you also be a bit frustrating?
I think I'd be dead.
So at least he's not dead. He's telling us some things.
But he's telling us half things.
I can't tell if he doesn't know truly enough or if he's just full of bullshit like the rest of the elven gods have been.
It's the issue. They keep saying they don't know, but
Somebody's got to know something, you would assume.
they know something, exactly.
Who is this Asharabis person anyways then? He said that he knew her from before, but he won't tell who she was.
If I knew anything about Elven history, I could guess.
Do you know who it is? As somebody who knows a lot about Elven history, do you know?
I have a
There are theories, but I mean, could be Mythal. It could be Flemeth. Iffy, but it could be because she is the white-haired person from Elven history.
Okay. Dope. I know so much about the Maker and all this other bullshit that I was taught growing up. And are we on the cliff looking at the Black City?
We're looking at the Black City, yes.
He gestures out to all of this and he's like, this is the what I thought was bullshit that I knew.
Branwen is going to recite part of the chant about the Black City under her breath.
Clay's gonna say it with her. Do you think that we really can't get out of here?
I don't think we would have been sent here if there was no way out.
Clay, you can see there's like a visual like drop of relief of his shoulders dropping, and like he's like, okay, I needed that.
If we were chosen by so-called gods, they're not going to let us get trapped in the Fade.
No, this dipshit's not going to help us out, so we've got to find a different way to go.
We have to find Hawk. Does he blush? Does he blush when she says that?
The tips of his ears do get red.
She can't see that. She's too short.
He's too short.
2 inches shorter, like taller between them.
How tall is Clay?
He's 5'3".
Yeah.
5'4". Sorry, he's 5'4".
He's at least half a foot taller than her. She's 4'10".
Okay, you win this round.
You know everything else, but we know our characters.
You know your height.
Our character
I
height.
know your trauma.
There are definitely some places where I said she was 4'8", and then like it was mixed, and so I decided she was.
I always thought she was 4'10".
No, she's 4'10" because Dwelf.
Tall.
She tall.
Because her elf parent was tall.
Hey. I don't remember what's happening.
I also forgot what was happening.
She said we gotta go find Hawk, and then he
gotta go
blushed.
find Hawk. And he blush. He is. He's going to glance back down at the campsite, and then he's gonna say, you know, I don't really know what I'm dreaming. That Oscar really didn't mean that much to me.
She's gonna laugh a little bit, and doesn't really matter.
But I don't want you to think that, like, I
She'll hold his hand. She'll just take his hand.
Oh.
Take his hand and squeeze it.
She closes, he holds her hand.
A Callie question.
Yes.
When you say she can't feel anything, is this
She can't feel anything blight related.
like including her own taint?
Including her own.
So like, did she feel it when they first entered the Fade? Or did she stop feeling it when they entered the Fade?
Yes, but she didn't quite realize it until it was brought up.
Okay. So it's a Fade thing and not an after death thing.
Not that you're aware of.
Cool.
Hmm.
Sorry, I needed to know that to know if she would say something, but she won't.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think we're gonna find Hawk? In all of this place, and with this fucker in front of us, it's not gonna be safe.
I feel like the mages would have a better idea of how to answer that question. If you would wake up Diani.
Do you think Diani would really choose Solas over everything? Like, I know that she's talking to him, but everything else?
I don't know.
Well, I believe in her. I believe in her. I think that she'll make the right decision.
I know. Me too.
He squeezes her hand.
You guys.
Okay. We go back down there. We see if we can get him to wake Diani up. We see if the mages, Ashara isn't fucking high still. We see if the mages can find out where Hawk is. And we get out of here. And we never have to talk to this motherfucking frustrating asshole again.
She sighs and she's like, I think I'm gonna have to talk to him again. And then she's gonna look up at him and she's gonna say, stop getting in the way of me punching him.
Stop punching him.
No.
He's a god. He's gonna get pissed off at some point.
I really don't think he is. What's he gonna do? He chose me. He's not gonna kill me.
Clay looks contemplative. You really would like to see Bronwyn punch this dude again. He said, you did a really good job the first time you punched him, though. That was nice.
It was real nice.
It was real nice.
She will laugh and say thanks.
You think you're ready to go back down there again?
I guess.
Yes. He is going to turn to her and give her a hug, at least. He's going to give her a big hug.
Big hug.
Big hug.
She stands on her toes, give his cheek a little kiss.
So close.
So close. And he's going to blush even more. And he's like, okay, All right.
Time to
If
go.
if we stay up here, do I get another kiss or do you?
Wait, does he say that?
Yeah. If I let you stay up here longer, do I get another kiss?
Real one this time.
Just like bright red, completely, and like a little shocked, and then like contemplating, and then she'll like tiptoe again, but she's gonna make him do it.
And he says, to help you deal with the asshole down there, and he cups her cheek and he gives her a kiss.
Yeah. They were both in the fade.
They were both in the fade. And then
they go back down.
They go back down.
To the asshole.
So
and everyone else.
while they were up there,
No
Lila
one
would have
touched
gone.
Tiani. No one touched Tiani.
Lila would have gone and sat next to Asera, and like you can see her just like deflate as everyone leaves, and like no one's arguing anymore for a second, and she just deflates. It's like, Asera, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. It's all very sudden and confusing. Obviously, getting out of here is priority. But she just reaches out and puts her hand on Lila's, and it just goes, but if you mean as far as Solas, I don't know.
I mean, I suppose I meant in every sense of the word, but I'm trying to just focus on the next step, and I don't know what the next step is. I don't have any idea what happens here. We're not supposed to be here, and now we can't get out.
That is our first step, is looking for a way out. We don't have a choice in that. I mean, well, technically we could choose to stay here for the rest of eternity, but this place sucks, so
I just want to go home.
I do too.
Hawk's been here for a while now.
Yeah.
Like he feels like her only shot if whoever this is doesn't have any idea, but if he's been here this long and hasn't found his way out, what's he gonna do?
I don't know. It just that feels like our best option. It's our only start, unless we want to just stumble around the fade looking for other elven gods.
And even if we could find another way out without finding Hawk, it sounds like none of them would come with us. And even with the whole party, we couldn't take on that demon.
So bad for her. She's so fucked up over that demon.
That demon got her, man.
That demon got her good.
Just wait.
Oh no.
Just wait. I got plans.
I saw you die, Lila.
Multiple times.
Twice now, I guess. I'm sorry. I told you it wouldn't happen.
You didn't know? No. How could you have known?
You've seen too much of that. I hate to put you through more.
That's what you get when you sign up for a cause.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I guess I did kind of know that. I guess it just feels a lot more overwhelming when you don't know what's happening.
Wow. That's why we're not meant to be in the Fade.
Oh, and yet we follow these crazy people in.
Go ahead, you can say idiots.
You're not there, Clay.
Yeah, you're on the mountain smooching.
Yeah, you need to smooch. Shut up.
I do love that you guys are having this super touching, like crying moment, figuring all this shit out. Clay and Branwen up on the mountain.
Clay found a way and it turned into a math session. Although I love that I'm jabbing you more that when I was sitting there the entire conversation going, yes.
It is your fault. You encouraged it.
I did. But I wanted to happen. Oh God, where were we? I was crying.
Where were we? I was crying.
Yeah.
That's the sum up of this whole freaking
We're not
campaign.
meant to be in the Fade.
Oh yeah.
But
Hey,
we
side
followed
note,
the
the hawk in ours is a mage, correct?
Yes, male hawk mage.
Great,
But
thank you.
Carver
Just
died
male
because
hawk,
DM
because
said
that's
so.
what I played with the first time.
Sorry, what? Carver died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawk mage, but also Bethany alive because DM said so.
Yes. Because
So Alistair is king
yes,
with Honora?
when I played Inquisition for the first time, it was the only game I had played. So like my automatic go-to for Hawk is like default Hawk, which is mid Hawk.
Yeah.
So I just went with that and then rolled for everything else.
Is Hawk obviously a mage, but like you playing up the blood mage aspect or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm okay. It's fine.
I can't believe he.
Side note, have you decided who Hawk romanced? Just curious.
If you want to check the chat, I said Anders and he killed him in the end.
Oh no!
That's what I rolled for.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I know.
I
Just the
have a
worst
hawk
choice.
that did that too, though.
Oh my God, she just asked that. Same brain, Em.
We got the same brain, Katie. I've been telling you.
Okay, so we were crying. Yeah. Yes. Well, we're here, I suppose. Maybe we should ask a few more questions before we leave of
I like
whoever this is. Does he say that? Does he fucking say that?
He does. He's like,
She's gonna turn and give him like the biggest death glare.
he
Like,
just grins at her. Do you want some pride jerky?
she's gonna stand up and like stalk over him. She's immediately back to fist because this fucker.
Hit him. Punch him in the face.
I just have a lot of pride jerky. Not as much as I have nightmare jerky.
How tall is he? How tall is he?
He's sitting.
He's sitting. Yeah, she's like looming over him because she's
He's
pissed.
sitting like cross-legged.
No, I would like some answers.
Can I offer you a pop rock?
No, thank you. I've seen what's happened to my companions.
But have you?
What are you?
An elf?
An idiot sandwich.
He's not
How
a
dare you?
sandwich yet. He's on his own. He has to join the party to be a sandwich.
You're an elf.
And I'm a mage. And I guide souls through the veil to
What makes you a god?
the other elves decided so.
Didn't know that's how that worked.
I didn't either, but here I am.
Do you have any way of contacting the other elven gods?
Yes, I suppose.
Could you contact one of them and ask them to open a rift?
It doesn't work like that
Well, why not?
because I'm the only one in the Fade with the power to cross through.
So none of them can open a rift. Then who opened the rift we came through?
Solas, but that's because, or Fen'Harel, because he stole something from me in order to do so. He
Are you
stole some
talking-
magic, essentially.
So right now, at this moment, Fen'Harel, without his Orby thing, has the ability to make rifts whenever he wants to.
No. It was the Orby thing that gave him the power to do so.
So if we steal the Orby thing.
So the
The
orb,
Orby thing is destroyed.
but the orb was destroyed. So how is he
Is-
making a rift now?
he has the Inquisitor's hand, doesn't he?
What the fuck? That's so disgusting.
That's awful, but
the
also
arc back,
at the same
y'all.
time,
Kelly, is that what it is? That's disgusting.
No, he does.
Yes, now!
You guys,
What was it before?
you guys, he doesn't actually take the hand. He takes the he
Takes the
dissolves
mark.
the mark off of the hand, and the hand comes off with it. But like, he doesn't keep the hand.
Okay, so
He
Kelly, you don't
does
get to have a hand.
now.
He does keep the hand. He just has a staff. He has a new staff, and
He's
instead
got
of
the
like an
hand on
orb
it.
at the top, it's the Inquisitor's hand.
Okay, so in character. So she's just screamed at him like, so how can he open rifts? Can he open rifts actually?
He can't. No, wait, maybe he can. I think. I'm not sure. I'm really bad at math.
What does math have to? Oh dear Lord. We maker preserve us.
Poor Hill's coming back to this.
Mako is dead.
I'm sorry, what?
I watched him die.
And wait. Can Clay have come back
Oh.
at this point?
Who is
No.
dead?
The Mako? Did you not know this? He and I were like this. We were best buds. And then he just. And no, it's just me and Ashan.
And Nick.
And Nick, my new friend Nick. And my best pal Bronwyn.
What
Coming
the
down from the
fuck are you
mountain.
talking about?
Are we back yet?
Are we back?
Are we back?
No,
No.
you're kissing.
Oh, taking too long making
Wait,
out.
stop it.
You shouldn't have made us kiss.
this is everything Ashara wanted.
Okay,
What
Ding
the
Dong
fuck
Maker
are
is
you
dead.
talking about?
What do you mean? He's just got this like stupid grin on his face, like he legitimate is just vibing, has no idea what's going on.
Can someone tell Clay that the Maker is dead when he gets back?
Bronwyn would also like to
Am
know
I
that
still
the
awake
Maker is
to
dead.
am I still awake hearing this conversation?
Yes,
Callie,
you're
what do I
awake.
okay.
You're awake.
Well, that's a genuine question. She asked him, "Are you insane?"
Not that I know of.
You know things, and then you don't know things, and then you say things that make no sense. What am I supposed to think here?
You're supposed to believe the things that don't make sense, because those are the things that are most likely to be true.
Okay,
Jesus Christ,
Captain
Callie, are you
Trespasser.
doing Johnny Depp right now?
I
You're
am
giving Cheshire Cat.
Oh my
He was giving me
God.
some Captain Jack Sparrow when drunk vibes.
Why did this have to be the god that picked Bronwyn?
And you know why it had to be the
Okay,
god that picked
also,
Bronwyn.
You've had a
Would
lot of
piss
death in
her
your
off the
life.
most.
Yeah, I I think Lila just can't even like that just doesn't make sense. So she's just like throws her hand like I'm fucking done with you, turns around and is like getting her stuff together because she's like, this dude's just fucking nuts.
Oh, make sure you take enough pride jerky for the journey.
Fuck your pride jerky.
I don't even know what it's like. It's better than the nightmare jerky.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, I gotta roll for something.
Nick, tell me how good my jerky is.
Look, I don't care if
Wait,
it's
I gotta
the
decide before I roll.
best thing that I've ever tasted in my life. You are distressing my friend.
Okay, Lila comes over there and punches him in the face.
Roll the hit.
Poor elf.
Get it.
And
Get it.
Branwen is about to come back and punch him again.
Good.
Well, once Claybuck comes back, because Ashara just heard the whole Maker is Dead conversation, it's the first thing she's gonna say to you when you get back.
Fucking
We're
excited.
gonna walk back in, and Ashara is just like high off her mind. The Maker's dead, Clay.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a 16 to hit.
What'd you get?
16 to hit.
That was his AC.
I rolled a 12.
Oh.
So you hit.
Rolling damage.
It doesn't matter to roll damage. You just hit him in the face.
I'm just gonna immediately just say, shut up.
Nick, your friends are rude. There's like a legitimate tear rolling down his face.
I'll say Nick's not here. She's vibing somewhere else. She got
Nick
distracted by hallucination.
You did this to her.
What
pop rocks did she take?
Friends hate me so much.
At
The
least
shot-
At
two.
least two.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Turns
Maybe
to
we
Ashara.
hate.
Ashara, why are your friends like this?
Maybe we're like this because you're not giving us any answers and you're saying random, ridiculous nonsense.
It's because I don't have the answers.
Like Callie, in Dalish, she just responds, "They're humans. They're all like this."
And
Branwen
Ashara's
isn't
just
a
like,
human.
well, you're not wrong.
No, but she Bronwyn's not in camp right now, and she just saw the human punch. So, hence but she says it in Dalish, so Lila has no idea what she just said.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I left the other one unconscious. Like, I thought she would be the one to punch me, not you.
Clearly, you know nothing about Diani then.
Absolute. Listen, Diani is an absolute sweetheart.
She's a fucking traitor.
She's my sister.
She's a traitor.
She reaches up and grabs his face. She's my sister, and I love her
She's a
so
traitor.
much. She's not a traitor, okay? Just because Solas is running his mouth to her, he runs his mouth to everyone. Diani's just nice enough and too polite to tell him to fuck off.
He does the same to you, just claps hands on the side of your cheeks. He's like, it doesn't matter. She picked him over me and the others.
You don't know that that's true, though.
It is true.
Mortals change their minds all the
Mortals
time.
are
There's
so
the point where like Clay and Branwen walk in, they just start holding each other's
I was gonna
face.
say, is Lila watching this whole
Yeah,
thing?
Lila's just standing there like, what the fuck is wrong with these two?
And he turns and he has
They're
his
on
phone
pop
in-
rocks.
Look. He's got her clanmates, okay? Okay,
There's only
he's got
like
her
3 of them.
But yeah,
This is
that's
a conversation.
that's all the family that she has left.
Well, she is you, and you're more important than they are.
I mean, I agree. Okay, I
Yes.
agree.
You
Listen,
should. You
I
should be
agree.
more
But if I was in her position and they had my family, like if they had my twins, You
I
haven't.
mean, they could. We don't know anything.
Don't say that. I'll cry. I'll start crying.
I'll start crying.
But if he had the twins, I would also listen more to Solas.
That's what you call him, right?
Yeah, that's what we call him.
He picked such a stupid name for himself.
Why? What? Really? What's it? Tell me, what's the name mean?
I have to Google because I don't know.
I know that as a player it means pride.
It means pride.
Okay, I was like, I think it means sorrow.
No, it's
I'm not
pride.
sure.
It means pride, but also his name was Solas before it was Fen'Harel.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that much. But like, it's a stupid name. Who names a child Pride?
I mean, but you've met him. It's fitting.
It's lost day, preserve us. How long until this wears off?
Did Clay and Branwen come back in yet?
But listen, if they had my twins, okay, I would entertain him to keep my family safe, okay? And I honestly,
she's done much more than entertain him.
What has she done?
Promise things.
Jimmy, listen, if you can see what's going on, and you know that he talked to me, okay, and
he was
had
just trying to help you. His words to you were nice.
I know, but it's Solas, and nice words always mean something else.
I know, he's such a bastard.
I know. But if you know all that's happened, then you know all that's happened with her. Which, by the way, how?
I just see people's dreams when I want to.
Why would you want to see my dream? Why did you want to see Clay's dreams?
Because you're Bronwyn's friends. And Bronwyn's important to me. I picked her.
I know. You picked a good one. We like Bronwyn.
I did pick a good one.
Are they back yet?
I don't know.
Now, are they back yet?
Punched you in the face.
I picked a good one.
You did. Are they back yet?
Yeah, they're back.
So you see them sitting with each other's, and when you walk back,
on faces.
she just be like,
Just
"Hey,
like
Clay,
crying at each other.
Clay, the Maker's dead."
Clay the Maker's dead. I watched him die. Isn't it so funny?
For real?
Oh yeah.
For real? Like
I don't know. That's what he said. And I'm gonna.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna break away, and I'm gonna crawl back over to Diani and Ashan, and just.
Clay, why would we listen to anything he says? He's talking nonsense. He can't tell me. You can't answer questions. You
can answer questions. Ask me a question.
You can't tell me whether Solas can open rifts or not.
I don't know the answer. I'm not going to answer a question that I don't know the answer to.
Then who opened the rift?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Earlier you said you. He's given multiple different answers to this question.
What do you mean you saw him die?
So who died?
The Maker.
Maker.
Oh, I watched him die.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Explain. Elaborate on that one for us.
Remember when I told you this Black City used to be gold?
Yes, we know the story of the Black City.
Oh, good. It made it to the upper world. Good. They came in and they just make a dead.
They killed the Tevinter.
You're trying to say that the Tevinter Magisters killed the Maker.
Yeah.
Don't you think that Corypheus would have said that then?
Who's Corypheus? He sounds
one
like
of the Tevinter Magisters.
From when?
From then. He came back. I'm pretty sure if he'd killed the Maker, he would have bragged about that to no end.
Well, then he wasn't the one that did it. There was a group
would have been there.
There was a group before that tried to get in, but I was there and I was like, "Oh, you can't come in. You shall not pass." And they fought me, and I was like, haha, you're dead, and then they died.
Well, Corypheus isn't dead. Well, he is now.
So
Well,
if
he
the
was dead
maker,
at the time.
if the maker's dead, where did the blight come from?
Yes.
Clay is going to turn around and exit the circle of like people talking. He's just going to. He's like nobody can see actually what's happening. Yeah, no. She's facing away from everybody. He's just
Leans over to Ashara. Is he okay?
What do you
Can-
mean? What do you mean? Yes.
It's not.
Yes, what?
Where did the blight come from?
Yes.
Yeah. What does that mean?
The Blight has lots of sources that happen pretty much at the same time. It's all in the Black City, and I stay away from that because the Black City, stay away, is bad there.
So
Bronwyn, are you hearing what this lunatic is saying?
Rude.
You think this is who was with the Maker, who was the Maker's best friend?
You could ask any of the other gods, and they will tell you 100% I am telling you the truth. You could
Please.
ask your.
You have said so many
donors
things
to
that
some
don't make
sustain
sense.
it.
In Dalish, I'm gonna look over and say, was the Maker an elf?
Falon'din laughs. He's like, no. Do you think he would have been smart enough to be an elf?
She just starts giggling.
I'm assuming that was also in Dalish.
Yes.
Okay.
Clay's back.
Clay leaves.
Clay's back from his
Clay's back.
Clay's back.
How does he look?
Clay exits stage right, followed by a bear.
Oh.
Is whatever his name is sitting still?
Paladin.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
For Jimmy.
She's gonna turn to the two standing players who are, not high.
There's three.
Um,
Well, I guess
I don't think it's high.
he is. He took a pop rock.
Did he?
Yeah.
I
But
don't remember.
explain the law.
Paladin's been high this whole time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that man's been sober for centuries.
I think
Probably
Azra
right.
is sitting down, but Azra isn't high either.
I will say there's a couple things he hasn't told you yet. So
No shit.
a couple things I have planned that he hasn't told you yet. He's told you a lot of things I didn't have planned, but it's fine.
We don't know the questions to ask.
I would like to I had to look this up. I had to find it again
Mm-hmm.
to say to him, she's gonna say Lasa Adal Sunar Masa,
Which means
shove a tree up your ass.
Woo!
And then she's going to turn around and go sit next to Asera.
He's just watching after you, just grinning. He looks at Ashar. He's like, I picked it for a reason.
Well, then Lana's gonna guide Clay over to where Bronwyn and Asera are, so that all four of them can talk.
Bronwyn is going to ask Asera, do you have any sort of tracking magic?
Let me look on the
That's not, well, that kind of magic really isn't my specialty. I
Ashara
could
have
certainly,
tracking magic?
I'm the tracker in general, right?
I'm a hunter. I can.
I
could
know Ashara probably
certainly
does,
try.
but also
She do be high.
you do be
Yeah.
high right now, and I don't really want to trust that.
No.
No.
No, yeah, I don't.
Ashara could do it though. She's high, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
That's the first thing I think we need to take care of.
The highness?
Ashara needs-
Yeah.
yes. And is Nick somewhere?
High.
Nick hasn't been here for a while, you
Yeah, Nick
guys.
is
Nick-
gone.
Nick left a
Yeah.
bit ago.
Someone
Nick
needs
is
to find
around.
Nick,
I'm sure.
and we
Someone
need
needs
to
to find
convince
Nick.
this lunatic to bring Diani around so that we can leave.
Yes.
I am done listening to him.
Ooh. Oh wait.
I was done listening
I
to him the
think
night I
I
met
might-
him
In
in the
daylight.
hallway.
I'm just gonna
Jimmy.
look.
Jim.
Dale's gonna
Jim
look,
can I call
Jimmy,
you Jim?
They're done.
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
Jimmy, please.
You like to make deals, right, Jimmy?
Sometimes. What do you have in
Sometimes.
mind?
You seemed when we woke up, which seems like a very, very long time ago at this point, but you seemed very interested in what we saw before we died.
I am.
So
I love my research. I love researching death. It's so interesting.
that's great. And I mean, it definitely, I get that. Death and magic and all that fun stuff. It's cool. I get it. You and I have that in common, I guess. Unfortunately. But if I shared what I saw with you, would you possibly wake up Diani, the last member of our party, so that we could go?
Well, it depends on what your plans are once you leave.
We gotta find Hawk, the
Like,
Birdman.
I'm not holding you here. Like, I just wanted to help because you're.
We need
because
Diani before we leave.
Because
Yeah,
Ashan
we
is in love
have
with
to,
Ashara, but you know.
come to that
I look up at
with
Ashan.
her.
Like, you love me?
No. God,
She-
why would you think that?
She just bursts into tears and she just like rolls away from him.
See, this is
Gotta
what
get
happens
them
when Love Doctor Nick's not here.
Yeah.
Love Dr. Nick should come back.
Yeah,
She's high somewhere, you guys.
just high in
She's
attention.
probably
She got a
lost.
really big
Are you?
cock.
Is Nick just high in the Black City?
Oh
Oh
God.
my, could you imagine? She just strolls
Could you
in.
imagine?
What's up?
5-mile walk.
I mean, we've been talking for a very long time, so
Did he just ask what our plans are? Is that what he said?
yeah. He said it depended on what our plans are.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to defer to the fact that we have some plans, but we do need Diani in order to make that final decision on what our next step is going to be.
But can you really trust her?
Yes.
Duh.
Not all of us completely trust her right now.
Eh.
Because if there's any doubt in any one of you, I'm not going to wake her, at least for a moment.
Why?
How long is that moment?
Yeah.
Depends on all of you, because you know she's a traitor.
That's
Words
the edge of
have
an
many
answer.
meanings.
You have not really explained why you say that. You say she's made promises, you say she's a traitor, but all you've told us
don't
so
know
far is that she's
details.
talked to him.
I don't know details, I just know she's a traitor.
Why?
I get like, when I see people's dreams, I get like little snippets. I don't get the whole thing.
How can you make a
Yeah,
good
see?
judgment then?
So I've seen Clay intimately entwined with this gray woman.
Listen,
don't want
listen,
to know
listen.
that.
Okay. Falon'din,
Jimmy, please.
what else do you need to tell us before we can wake up Diani and leave?
I don't know. What? I don't
Swear
know.
to God, if you're trying to make us ask a question, we don't know what the question is.
Straight
Come on,
answers
Callie.
only.
I'm trying, Callie.
Bold of you to assume that any of us are straight.
I was gonna say gay questions only, queer questions only.
He's
So
not
has
going
Nick
to-
left a trail? Because I think Lila's done. with this whole fucking nonsense. Has Nick left a trail?
Probably not.
What? No footprints or nothing?
She's
being
very-
stealthy.
She's very sneaky.
Jesus.
I mean, how goes your tracking?
Not. I don't think. What would that be? Survival?
It's up to our DM. Probably I don't.
I think
What would
that's-
tracking be, Callie?
Oh, definitely survival.
Yeah.
Survival or nature.
or nature, yeah.
That would have been my two.
Can I try to see if I see any tracks from Nick?
You sure can.
Key. Well, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Cool. You do see some tracks. I just remembered I have to DM.
You can't just stay here
No,
pretending.
You're no longer DM,
Cool,
you're just
I don't do
Falon'din.
anything. You see a couple like very subtle footprints in the dust of the dirt because it's not a very well-traveled area of the Fade. Yes, there are well-traveled areas of the Fade.
There's also a lot of troubled areas of the Fade.
Definitely.
that's
That's
the
the
whole
whole Fade. Nick, where are you at?
She thought she was gonna go find Branwen. She did not even go the right way.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, bro.
Oh no. Oh no.
The orphan bonding that could have happened if she wasn't high off her ass.
She was like, oh, nobody, because Clay was taking so long. She's like, oh, I'll go find Branwen. She did not find Branwen.
No.
She might have found something
Oh,
that
no,
looked like
bro.
Bronwyn briefly.
She got lost like Bree did earlier. Walked the wrong way.
What if she walks into like, you know how Solas is like, you can see memories? What if she just like walks like some like like her past trauma and she's like, oh man.
Bree, I'm talking
This
about how
shouldn't
you
be
weren't
fun
back
anymore.
I'm talking about how you got lost at the park.
I got
Oh
lost at-
yeah,
Bree
okay.
did get lost at the
Fucking
park.
valid. You
I'm walking
you're-
around a golf course right now.
You're walking
You're
around
walking
a
around a golf
golf course.
course.
You're walking around a golf course and you're like, wow, this is a really rich neighborhood. Oh no.
So can I find Nick?
You're walking around. Lila, you're following these footprints and you round the corner. And off in the distance, Nick and Lila, you both see the Black City. Lila, you can see just like the little dot of Nick's head. And
Lure her back with shiny objects.
She's high. She's not.
She's
Nick, as you
Offer
drop
more-
close
offer her more
into
pop
the
rocks.
Black City, you hear this low growl behind you.
Oh my god.
Who is hungry for some jerky?
And that's where we're gonna end.